Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. And we have a big old list tonight, and we had some poppers today, so we'll go through everything, see what's going on. The market wasn't bad, and the video was pulling back. Remember, we were saying it didn't know what it wanted to do, and we weren't sure, and there you go. It pulled back, but all the other Mag 7 were pretty good right there, nice and green. And the SPY, I believe, it did close green. What was it, up $1.38 there, and even moved up in the after hours, so not looking bad. And so we'll take a look and see what's going on. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice, so always do your due diligence. And here we go, everybody. Let me pop over there, and that's what it looked like. Everybody, come on in, check it out, and here we are. So that's what our evening's going to look like right there into tomorrow. And again, we'll see what's popping. How about that TNON? I'm just letting people come into the room, so when we start, they don't miss them. And TNON, ooh, that was a blast off from last night, huh? And then how about GDHG, another one? I had been looking at DATS, but I didn't really know it was going to pop like that today, but it did run. And a couple other ones we were looking at. We're moving there, so let's take a look and see what's going on. We'll take a look at our list. It is quite a big list here, so we'll go through, see what's happening. Look at crypto right here, and then go through and see what you guys want to see. So here we go, everybody. Let's take a look and see what's going on. And how is everybody this evening? I hope everybody had a great day, locking in some profits. And here we are, OCEA. Let's take a look at it. Did pull back a little bit today, and a little bit is quite a lot for this thing. Look at it though. It did bottom out down there, and it's just, popped up yesterday. Just can't keep that momentum as that 20's up there. So maybe tomorrow it's going to bounce back up. We'll see. It does look like it's pretty good for tomorrow, the market as well. So we'll see. Again, they curl up a day, and then they pull back and then curl back up. So you got to look at that pattern as we've been watching it. And, yeah, so we'll keep an eye on it. And again, it is set up right there. Ran up a little bit, but that was nothing. And we're looking for it to really get moving. Maybe it's waiting for the 20, but I don't know if it is. So we'll keep an eye on this OCEA right here and see if it wants to come off of that bottom. So we'll take a look at it. And that is our OCEA. And how about APDN right here? It was up, it was down, it was running all around today, 218 to 225. I know it was running up there. And yeah, 221 to 234, it was up a little bit higher. I was like, it was up in the pre-market there. And then it pulled back to 2. It closed at 207, and it's getting closer, guys. So that's why I said it's getting a lot closer there. And we already knew it was going to be bouncing around as it curled up. It's no surprise. And we'll look at it tomorrow. It is like about 2 days out. We know they like to pop up like that. So keep an eye on it and see. It could be getting squeezed up there as early as tomorrow. So I would be definitely watching it, and I know you guys are. So that is your APDN, and of course it's just getting set up, just looking pretty good right there, bouncing around. So here we are. I mean, I am telling you, it's really, really close. You can see it. So we love them right there. And APDN, and how about Wint right here, was down a little bit, ran up the other day. We'll try to see if it wants to run up. It looked like a little more pullback, but we'll take a look and see if it does want to curl up here. Ran up that yesterday, and then a little bit of pullback here. So I'll keep an eye on it and see if it actually does want to move. It's way down here after that split, and I'm not so sure that was the big pop. So that's why we're keeping an eye on WINT. And the same with Clue. They recently had that split as well. It was up yesterday. It was down a little bit today. And let's see what it's doing. Yeah, it just ran up yesterday and then pulled back. It's just running flat on that bottom line right there. And I'm telling you, these China ones, look at it as it's creeping up to this 20 real nice and slowly. Opened at 262. It did pull back, but it could open up and get cruising there. So just keep an eye on it. And again, that 20's right there. It was right there today, and then it's got a lot of room. So because it just reverse split, but these China ones do love to go wild. We do know that, that's for sure. And UOKA, yeah, that one is just, I'm telling you, a wild setup right here. Just pulling back. Yesterday it ran up, and I'll tell you what, keep keep an eye on it for tomorrow again, because it could get cruising. Look at it getting close right here as it's curling up, and your 20 and 50 can meet up. It'll just push it right up there. So at any moment, look for it. It did come all the way down, it looked like, at some point, and came under that 50, but not too bad right there. And that is your UOKA. UOKA, them letters always kill me. And so yeah, that is looking pretty good to continue to set up, even with that little bit of pullback right there. So we are keeping an eye on that one as well. And good old HEPA right here is another one that just split and hasn't moved yet. So we've been watching, and I was watching all these today, and I thought, like today, we talked about it last night, more of a setup day. Wasn't really necessarily red, but they just aren't popping, and you're going to see these. You're going to see run-ups, flat days. It's perfectly fine. At least you can kind of tell, and the market's running halfway normal. Remember back in the last administration that it was you couldn't tell what the hell was going on, and I would say it all the time and say, you know, no one's running the country and go on that, but and how the markets and the charts just don't run right, and they wouldn't been able to run like that for another 4 years. And now you can see them. I mean, look how much easier it is to pick these out. The market doesn't necessarily have to be booming, right? It just has to be, the charts have to move right. And now you're seeing it because, you know, they're trying to get the economy right and everything else in the country right. Whereas there's somebody running this country. There was no one running the country. Now you guys can understand, especially the people that used to listen, have been listening to the show from the beginning, because I used to break that down and say it. But now fast forward and see how this works. And now you can understand what I was talking about. And I was saying, you know, there's some things that you've never seen before in these 4 years. And again, there was nobody running the country. That's come out, but I was saying it for 3+ years. And again, it's all based off of stock charts. I don't just make things up out of thin air. I promise you guys. You can see my track record, my reputation. I'm not just making things up. I tell you when I see stuff. Clearly, look at the aerospace and defense things and things that I've called. The charts just tell you guys. I'm telling you, they tell you everything you need to know. And I've been a firm believer of that for a long time, especially ever since that Trump assassination. Way more. I'm just like, I'm totally 100% convinced. But I mean, they've always worked that way. And yeah, you could just tell what was going on. It was just crazy back then. But now you can actually see things working the right way and how it's supposed to work. So that is nice, and that is the example right there. And here we go. We'll roll through this list because it's quite a big list. And again, HEPA down there, reverse split. It does have that look like it pulled back there today. So we'll keep an eye on HEPA tomorrow and see what it wants to do there. LAC. This one was down a little bit in that channel, and I'll kind of blast through because a lot of them are in the channel like we talked about, but look at them. They were way down here off the supports coming up. I'll just explain it off of this one real quick because they all have this similar pattern, and again, you can tell the charts are working right. We knew they were getting bottomed out. Remember, I kept saying it. That was the bottom. You couldn't exactly tell at that moment, but we knew it was close, and almost all of them have this kind of look, and then they started bouncing up. And remember, I was talking about getting into these channels, and some are bigger than others, and then yeah, they get set up in here, then they can move up a little bit, and you'll see them start running up, and then you'll see them come way down. So that's what you're looking at, and all this doesn't happen overnight, obviously, and you don't want it to, because it would be way too fast, way too much of a shock. And in between all these run-ups like this, you can trade and make money. You just can't get them and stick with them too long. You got to literally trade them. So just giving you an idea of what we've been looking at and kind of calling out and saying on the show, you know, as this thing has been pulling back, and you can look at the big caps, all of them, just happen to, you know, explain it off of this one, which is just LAC. It's a Canadian one, so you can tell it's all of them. But anyway, here we go. And we'll find what's going to be a fresh popper, excuse me. And there we are, AIM. This was trying to aim up yesterday in that channel right there. Another one, just a little healthy pullback. It's nothing big. And again, you may see it pull back in here, but you're going to get these things running in this channel. So You're going to get a little sideways action going for a little bit, but it's not a bad thing. They'll run up, they'll run down, and that's going to happen probably for the next month or two. And they'll probably use tariffs like this to just control things to make sure. But it's a better look in these channels the way they got it, because again, they were, and I explained this the other day, and AIM, we can go through every one and it doesn't matter, but they were starting to get into that territory where people were starting to get a little nervous, and you could start triggering them stop losses. And once you start doing it with the institutions, it goes really quick, and then that's where you see a recession pop in, because it happens so fast, and they wanted to avoid that completely. So again, all of a sudden somebody inside the administration tells I guess Fox News, or no, Wall Street Journal, that Trump was going to cool off on the tariff talk, and then that later on that day he comes out and says it. But they had an inside person tell the media before the market even opened to make that reaction happen, and then there you go, you kept it off from going down. And I'm telling you guys, we've been playing it pretty textbook. I mean, you can't be 100% right ever, nobody will, but we've been on point with this thing, especially running the SPY down and everything. And again, just looking at these patterns that we picked up. So here we are, we'll cruise through. OCGN was up, and again, look at this thing, guys. Remember what I was talking about? That's why we were looking at it. We determined that bottom. Remember I was saying it looks great right here. It was 53 to 58, and now you're in the 70s. So this is exactly what I was saying about OCGN, and now we may see this chart completely turn around. So I would be watching it and see, but this is what we were talking about and why it was on the list. We watched this thing come all the way down, and boom, there you go. And that was kind of for you guys right there, live showers, because I'm telling you, I knew it was going to get moving, and it probably going to pop up tomorrow and possibly get into that top. So really nice off that bottom there, and you can just see it was a really good setup in the making. LRHC, let's look at this one, because we've been watching it, and it is just right there. It was right there on the 20, pulled back a little bit. We'll see, it may just pull back a little bit more and come rolling off that MACD. We kind of love that look anyway. So it was cutting the 20 right there, and maybe we'll have a little pullback and get set up, and that's perfectly fine. That's in that pattern right there. We like it. And RIME, RIME, another one. Keep an eye on it, guys. I've been watching this thing, and I think it's going to get cruising really soon. RIME, and there are a bunch of them, so you got to keep your eye. But look at it. It was moving yesterday, got up to 256, and today it got up to 261. It did pull back to 238. It is. But I'm telling you what, this thing's looking pretty good right there off that 20 and getting set up. Look at it. You can just kind of see that action happening right there before your eyes. So keep an eye on RIME right there. And this one looks really good too. I actually mentioned it. I mean, look at it. We've been watching this thing, and it started to move up a little quicker than I thought today. I saw it early. It was just cruising right along there. 63 to 82 today. It closed at 78. And yeah, it's looking pretty strong, guys. And again, couple days out from that curl up and hitting that line. So keep an eye on this. Look at all the room it has too. We've been watching it, and it was all the way up here in what, the 8s? What the heck was it even at? It's 750-ish. 750. It was all the way up there. So that's quite a dip we've been watching on HIT, and we said it took quite a hit right there. It's set up pretty fast too, I'm not gonna lie. And you know, these software ones, they can start flying at any point. I don't remember why it even dipped, but it does look way better. What's it say? It just happened to look down, and it says Health and Tech expands access to virtual care through collaboration with Dial Care. I have no idea what that is, but I'm telling you, it looks pretty good. To curl up after that dip, obviously you were upset if you were in it all the way up here, and it's a fairly new one too. It just started in December, so if you bought it for a Christmas gift, you were not happy on March 12th, and now we're excited. So that is HIT right there. And how about TTD, guys? I was telling you, this thing just looked good, and it started to run up today. It looks like it's going to jump up over that 20 tomorrow. I think it was moving more up in the after hours. 62, yeah, it's up over there. 59.38 because I know it closed at what 62. It does say it was up at 62. It's 62.50. Yeah, it's right there. It's right over that 50 or 20 right there. And I'm telling you, this thing could get popping tomorrow morning as well. TTD. So keep an eye on it. Another one. This is software, guys. Maybe software is about to ready to pop. We just looked at two of them in a row. That's HIT and TTD, both software companies in the U.S., and they're both looking really good after some really good drops. I mean, this thing took mega dip too, and it's up. And I'll tell you what, I had bought some options on it. They were cheap down here, and I was happy today when I hit that 20. I was like, yeah, let's get through it too. So got rid of a few because I bought a bunch, and yeah, that was an easy one right there. And I know we were talking about it, so Luis Rodriguez, and he called it out perfectly, to be honest with you. We started looking at it right here. It had that look like it wanted to do something. And then all you had to do is be a little bit patient this day. And the very next day, it had that look. And then the very next day, you could tell. And we were saying, yep, I'm pretty sure it bottomed out there. So there's your TTD. And again, we look at everything from penny stocks to $62, but this was at 120. It's going to start moving to all the big cap SPY, everything in between. Crypto, if it has a chart that I can look at, I'm game. So that's what it basically comes down to. And look at Lockheed Martin bouncing back up here. And this probably is your bottom. Look at that. It's double bottomed out there, but it might pop up. I mean, you may have a really nice pop up, but again, it could have to get set up to get really cruising. Well, look, that could get crawling back up too. So Lockheed Martin does not like to be down, and it was in a downward trend there for a little while. So look at it. It usually runs like this. Well, everything kind of ran like that, but it's usually up here, not usually in the basement. It was down there, but it generally runs up into the top a lot because it's a aerospace and defense, and I would assume they did lose that $20 billion contract to Boeing. But anyway, it is crawling up here. You do have resistance at 463, but it'll get bouncing back up and get cruising again. So that's Lockheed Martin LMT, and it's definitely one to keep an eye on. I've been keeping it on the list. And how about Newton Golf? What is it? NWTG. NWTG, recent splitter and just getting set up. I think we are waiting. Look at it, crawling through right here. I don't know. I might have to keep an eye on this one tomorrow, too. It's getting crawled through. I don't know if it's trying to wait for that 20, but look at it. It's starting to get a little good look. It might have bottomed out today at that 155 because it wasn't down that low before, and that is a really good look. And again, you just have to be a little more patient than you normally would, even though they look like they're about to crawl up and get moving like right there. You just want to make sure, especially when that thing's up here and not coming down. So yeah, I would definitely keep an eye on this tomorrow as well. And WTG to Newton Golf, and that used to be Saks Parente. I don't remember what the ticker was, but anyway, that's what that is right there. So if you had Saks Parente Golf or Saks Parente somebody, it's now Newton Golf and WTG right there. And let's take a look at MRM right here, because this is another interesting look that just keeps pulling back, and I don't know how low it wants to go, but I'll just keep watching it. And I definitely was looking at it today. Maybe it ran up in the after hours. Let me see where to close. It does say it moved up a little bit, but it had pulled back today. So let me see. It does say, it says 44 right here. So maybe it did move up because I didn't see it up that high like that. So maybe this one's a very good one to start looking at. Maybe we're going to get that base right here. It did look like it tried the bottom and base there, and then it pulled back a little bit more today. So maybe that's that little extra dip look that we're looking at, and that's MRM, guys. So keep that on your list, because look at that setup right there. I mean, that's really down there. Look at that bad boy. I don't know if it ever reverse split recently. Maybe they had an offering, financing, so I'm not sure. We don't look at it. If it doesn't say it on here, I have no idea. And I don't see it on here either. So there you are. But it does look like it's trying to get set up, and it did just run recently to like 144, and now we're back at 44. So not bad right there. It used to run in the twos. Look at that thing. So it could get cruising, guys. I'm telling you, MRM has that look. And Top Ship, again, running up today. It could be trying to top out right there and have to pull back to set up. But wasn't that a great mistake right there? It might even ran up in the after hours. I was looking at it today. I knew it was up there. And look at that Pac-Man look we were looking at. It shot it up. And look at that, 667 to 671. That's where it's at. It actually doesn't look too bad. I think it actually went up in the after hours. It did. So, yeah, actually it doesn't look bad at all, Top Ship. Maybe it's going to get into the top tomorrow for Top Ship. So it is curling up, looking good. I thought maybe it'd pull back to get set up off of there, but maybe we'll have another little run-up day, and it's going to hit that top line. So keep an eye on it, but we literally made a mistake the other day typing in. I thought this one was Top Ship, but this was Top Financial, and we were looking at this and look at it in the channel curling up. Here's another one. Top and Top Ship are both looking good. We said it the other night, and this is in that channel. Top Ship's actually running, and I'm pretty sure we said exactly that. Top Ship looked better because this was in the channel, and I guarantee I know I said that. And there you go. Top Ship ran. Top's in the channel running, doing exactly what they want to do and supposed to do right there in this STBX's Starbox group. And another great setup. And I'm telling you, we could have a bunch of poppers just happen like that. STBX, this one, keep an eye on, Morning Crew, because it has that look. It's getting right there, guys. Look at it. And you can just see it right there that it wants to try to move. So it wants to do something. Let's see if it wants to dip and rip. But I think it does want to move, start getting up onto this 20 right here. So keep an eye on this STBX because I've been watching that one as well. And that BTOG right here. This one ran pretty good the other day. It's just been kind of setting up, running around right here, looking to see if it wants to roll off that MACD, and it does look like it's in a better spot today, obviously, because it moved a little further, but look at it. It's just kind of flat. It wasn't doing a whole lot. Your 20's right there at like 31. You're at about 26 if you have to get over to 31. And, but yeah, it's not looking terrible. We just have to see it start curling up off that MACD, and it could get cruising for BTOG right there. And then HKPD, this is another one to keep an eye on, guys, that we were talking about. And this thing could just get cruising right here, especially off of that. It does say it was down in the after hours. I don't know about that. 147, where's that at? That says it's at 137, and this has it at 147 and looking strong. It was looking pretty good today, too, so I would definitely keep an eye on this HKPD right there as well. Brand new one from Hong Kong, and they do like to run as well. So there you go with that one. And FBGL, I think we were all over that guy, and we gave that one out for the last few days here. And look at that one run up today. I know it was running. I saw a few of you posting about it because you were excited, and I don't blame you. It got up to $1.90. It opened at 123, and it closed yesterday at 120. So not only did it open up, it ran to 190 and then closed at 110. So there you are with that FBS Global, FBGL. And yeah, that was a nice popper. And again, another one. It was a new one, but it had enough room where you could see what was happening there, and it did get cruising. So we'll see. I don't know. It might not run up tomorrow. You might have a little pullback there, but a beautiful popper right there today, FBGL. And SYTA, Sayada, whatever, Sayada Mobile. I don't even know how to say it, but this ran up this morning too. I know that because I was looking at it. I think we even mentioned it this morning. 247 to 367. It might have been on the list this morning on the Jolie's jumpers, and then it's at 223 right now. So yeah, it's that one was definitely from last night, looking great, and a perfect little popper right there for us as well. And that is SYTA, and we'll have to look at it tomorrow after that jump up and then reevaluate it. But another great one from last night. And how about Damon? This one's just pulling back, and look at it. It's going to get rolling off of there. We're just taking a look at it. It has that dip and rip kind of look today. And yeah, look at this thing. We'll keep an eye on this tomorrow as it tries to get set up. And that is DMN. and that will be getting set up. And this WGRX, I believe, was up today as well when we were looking at it. I know it had dipped down. Kind of looked like it was going to dip down a little more. I guess it did bounce. I forgot about what this one was. And yeah, it's just pulled back there, but trying to roll back up. This one's a new one too, but not looking bad. So we'll keep an eye on it. It could continue its way back up with after that pullback, WGRX, and we'll see what that wants to do. And how about this Ray? We added this to the list last night after we were looking at it because I wrote it down at the bottom. I don't know if I sent out the picture last night. I don't even remember. But anyway, this one we were talking about moving, and it sure did. Good old Ray Tech got cruising today. And it did look good last night. And there you go. It run up yesterday. Look at that look right there. That's why 131 to 232. It's at 198 right now. And that one did pop up right there. So that was good old Raytech, R-A-Y. And, I mean, it doesn't even look bad for tomorrow to try to get into the top. So keep an eye on Ray right there. And we'll see if it is trying to cruise back up into the top. Or just trying to cruise into the top, I should say. And how about this TNON, guys? Not only did we talk about it, I literally ran back and showed you how it ran from $4 to 125. It was this day because when we opened it up, September 13th. Remember what I said last night, September 13th, and when it ran up from 4 to 125 at 4 a.m., I came on at 7 a.m. Now, mind you, like Laptop Travel and a couple people back then, my phone was lighting up from like all of them just posted messages because it was so insane. And again, we had talked about this the night before. Like, man, this thing's looking really good. It had run up, and you could just kind of see something in it. And yeah, it ran from $4 to 125. We were talking about last night. I said it's gonna run tomorrow. I don't think it's getting the 125, but it's gonna move. And it went over 283% today. It was insane. It just kept running up, and we were looking at it this morning. So yeah, it went from 158 to 606, and it closed at 354. So there you go. That's exactly why you listen to this show, because we literally just point out all the poppers. And I know some of you guys were on early, and like Laptop Travel said, good evening, good day today with more winners. And I know a bunch of people were on this morning knocking them out of the park. So there you go with that. And let me look at NOC, because we did look at LMT, and let's look. Oh, that Northrop Grumman looks really good too. So keep an eye on that, guys. NOC right there, because that's looking good. That's going to run up some more. It was up like $11, but that has some room to run up. So you're going to look at that one. Nice look right there, Luis Rodriguez. And definitely like that. But yeah, TNON, what a beast today as well, but it didn't do the 4 to 125. I can't say it did that. I remember, I forget who it was. A Peninsula Life? I haven't seen that person in a while, but was it that person? It was somebody, I forget, but somebody crushed that thing that morning and like did really well. Like made over, I saw, they showed me the thing. I remember they sent it to me and made well over they made over six figures. They crushed that call that morning, and it was insane. There was a lot of volume, people trading it. Laptop Travel definitely remembers he crushed that call that morning too. I know that. And yeah, it was just absolutely insane. So ALLR looking real good. Another one we've been going over and getting set up right here. And look at this thing. It's going to get squeezed up. You can already see it right there. It's the look that we've been loving lately. So that's what I love. And ALLR is looking really good to get cruising as well. So keep an eye on that. And STFS, Star Fashion Culture. Here's just another one. Remember, I skipped this one, and then when I went back to it, I went, holy cow, this is going to run tomorrow. And it sure did. It was running up there, STFS. So yeah, you had your pick of what you really wanted. And yesterday it did run up in the after hours because it didn't have it all the way spiked up on FinViz, but we knew. And yesterday got up to that, 177. But today it opened at 160, ran up to 167, and then it closed at 117. But it was moving right there. And again, what it closed at 141. So yeah, it gapped up today. I was gonna say, I know it was up. So that was STFS, Star Fashion Culture, just another one from last night. And it could try to move tomorrow. You might see a little healthy pullback. We'll take a look at it. But I mean, we nailed that one as well right there. And here's another one, GDHG at Heaven Group. We had it on the list the other day. I don't know. Did we look at it last night? I don't even remember. But this thing blasted off. And I know he talked about the other day when it was down here, because I said this is that China one that we've always looked at and said it can blast off. I always use it as a good example because I've had it before when it does these China runs. And this thing just gets cruising sometimes. And this time it's doing it. So here's your GDHG, and just another one looks like it's about to get squeezed up and get flying. So there's another one to keep an eye on for momentum right there as well. And let's take a look at our logic mark right here, LGMK. And let's see what we're doing as we pull back on logic mark. LGMK looking pretty good on that dip. I'm not saying anyone that has it likes it, but we do. And it is going to get rolled off there. It's just, doing its thing right here. It did run up a little bit from 11 to 16, so you can't complain because you can definitely trade this thing. This doesn't even show that it ran this morning. You would have had no idea that this thing even moved today. And yeah, but it did run. And I thought this morning, wasn't it up? We looked at it, or maybe I have it on my watch list. Maybe we didn't talk about it, but I did know. I was thinking to myself, wasn't this thing up at one point? But yeah, it definitely was right there. And yeah, it's just not showing it on the FinViz, but it was moving this morning. So if you had it, you could have traded it up there when it was hitting that 20. And we'll watch it. I'm telling you, it's going to get set up down here, and that's that rip look. But again, we just know that you can be up if you're going to trade these penny stocks. Be up at 4 a.m. because that's when you can really lock in your maximum gains, and sometimes all the gains, because they do move fast in the morning, and then they have to get set up when they're really going to run. But if you're jumping in and expecting it that quick pop, sometimes you really have to be in it at 4 a.m. to, like I said, to really get that trade in and maximize it. And how about HIMS right here? Was down a little bit, but another one staying in that channel, getting set up. Look at it crawling up right there. Let's take a look at it and see what it wants to do right here. HIMS right in that channel, trying to push through. It looks good to me. It's in that spot where it could pull back, but they haven't been doing it. And that one looks like it should move through. Had over 17 million in volume. And not looking bad for Hims and Hers. And this one had recently just run up into like the 70s or something crazy. 72, almost 73 right there. So keep an eye on it, because it does look like it wants to run back up again, and that is HIMS, Hims and Hers right there. And SUNE, I'm surprised this one was pulling back as much as it did. It was looking really good right there, and in your 20, it was more curled up last night. I'm not going to lie. It did kind of come down a little bit. We'll see if it can get curled back up tomorrow, and it very well possibly could just be a little healthy pullback. And I'm not going to lie, it ran up from 56 to 61. Yesterday, it closed at 54, so it did move up this morning, but it didn't hold it, and it came down into the 47s, and maybe that's that little dip and trying to get set up kind of look right there. So keep an eye on this SUNE as well, because I'm telling you, it is trying to get set up. It's just a matter of if it is trying to do it exactly tomorrow. We'll find out in the morning, I think, because I'll look at it. You know that. And FBRX, here's another one. Remember, I just added it to the list the other day, and it popped up. And then we were like, let's keep it on the list here because it's not looking bad. And that's why it's not looking bad. It did run up yesterday, and then it kind of pulled back. But, again, it's up 219 right there. And I think it might have ran up in the after hours or something. I don't remember. 850 to 933. No, it closed at 675, and then today it opened up 701 and ran to 914, and that's where it closed, nice and strong. So another one, add to the list, and boom, there we go. And it's going to get cruising right there to the 10 area, and it's going to try to stay in this channel and move up, and you have resistance up here in the 20. So, and this thing was up at like 27 or something not long ago. Right in December when they were all running up there. So there you go right there with FBRX, and just another one we had just added to the list for a run up, and it did. And how about CPOP right here? This one looks like it's still getting set up pretty nice. Look at it, just kind of dipped down a little bit on these lines. Let's see it kind of reverse right off of that MACD right there and try to roll. Look at that look right there. I love that look. I don't know what that candle's called. I have no idea what any. I know they all have a certain name. I don't know what any of them are called, but I do like that one. And I don't even know what I'd call that. It's not like a, I guess it would be like a T, obviously. It looks like a T to me. And so, yeah, that would be like capital T to me. That's what that candle's called, capital T. So, capital T. Capital T candle right there. Anyway, it's looking pretty good to try to stop things and try to roll back up. So I would keep an eye on the C pop. And honestly, there's a bunch of China ones here. I got a few of them written down right here. Let me look at them. As a matter of fact, as I look at that one, well, I didn't even put on this list, but it was setting up, and I looked at it today. What was FAMI doing? I don't even remember. I know I wrote it down. I don't remember what. Oh yeah, it was down here. Now I remember looking at it, and it was trying to curl up. It looked like that was its bottom right there. So we'll have to see if it can curl through. I'm telling you, these small cap China ones are looking good. Look at this thing. Just recently reverse split FAMI. So keep an eye on FAMI. And then you have EZGO right here, Easy Go, and this thing's getting set up. We love that when it looks like that. 20's pulling down, and it looks like it's going to try to roll off. It looked pretty good today. Let me look at it right here, and not looking bad right there either to roll off. So keep an eye on Easy Go right there, EZGO. And Mogu, this one looked pretty good. These little China ones were catching my eye. This one was up a little bit right here, been running off that bottom, and yeah, it's in that channel. So we'll see if MOGO can Mogu right up its way. Look at it pushing over that 50. So we'll see, but if not, it's going to get set up. You can see it, but not looking bad also for Mogu, MOGU. And we did just look at this. GDHG was bumped up there today. How about UCAR right here? This thing looks like it's much better. And let's see, that 20's right here. It looks like it wants to jump up there and get rolled up. So looks like you can get in a little bit early before it starts running. And that is UCAR. So keep an eye on UCAR right here. It was running yesterday, 337 to 399, pulled back, but you're going to get a nice little pop up. So keep an eye on that. And then that clue, we were looking at that. And again, just trying to run on that bottom right there. But it does have that, it's trying to curl up a look. So we'll keep an eye on its volume's kind of low, but we'll see what happens with Clue. Hey, I meant to write down LICN. That's what that one was. I couldn't remember. That one's just kind of pulled back, but maybe that's trying to bottom out as well. It was down today. I know we looked at it last night with the Clue, and again, just kind of running flat. So I'll keep an eye on LICN right there as well. I always spill water all over myself. But anyway, LICN. Let me write it down. I went to go write that down and drink water at the same time. That doesn't work. And anyway, though, but LICN, I'll keep an eye on that one, see what it wants to do. That reverse split when Clue did. And shot water all over the screen. That's pretty funny. LICN, it did reverse split when Clue did. It dropped down a little level, so we'll see what's up with that. And again, some small cap China ones that just grabbed my attention today, and I just jotted them down on a piece of paper because I was looking at them and I was like, let me write these down before I forget. And I didn't have any of my lists printed out yet, so I was like, let me just put them right here and I'll remember. So there you go. Something to keep an eye on for tomorrow. We'll look at them. How about that MDB right here? And Luis Rodriguez gave us this the other day. It was setting up, and this one could continue to run up. Look at it. Has that nice look to get up there, 198. It could get up to that 210 with no problem, and then even get into that channel. So not looking bad for MDB. That's at MongoDB, and we'll definitely keep an eye on that. And this Adobe, we mentioned it. Remember, I don't know if it was last night, Sunday night, because we talked about how it took that huge dip, and I was saying, oh, watch this try to go bouncing back up. And then I totally forgot about it. I'm not going to lie. But I just remember us talking about it because I had that dip. Well, today was a good day, and it looks like it's going to continue its way up there. So you keep an eye on Adobe. That looks pretty good. So that MDB and Adobe are two good ones. And that BTCT right here, I know that's at China hardware one, I forget. Computer hardware, BTC Digital. And here it is. Remember, we had this way down here, guys, in the ones, and it ran all the way up to like $6 plus. It was crazy, and it's curling up right here again, guys. So keep an eye on it in this channel, because you kind of know as Bitcoin and that stuff starts to roll, and they are looking pretty good. They're going to get cruising real quick. You can see crypto, things are trying to get set up here, and again, they got it on a light switch, guys. They know what they're doing, and they're going to turn it up, turn it down, and you can just play these channels and play them. You're going to have to trade, that's for sure. So it's not like you're going to buy them and stay in them for long term and expect them to run for the next 2 years. We're not seeing that type of market. Why they try to get the things corrected that they need to do, but they're playing it perfectly where, they're keeping it stable. They're not letting it go into a recession. Like I said, he's got it down. It seems like to a science right now, and that's what we kind of needed. I'm not gonna lie, it's exactly what we needed. So AQB, Aqua Bounty Technology. So yeah, any of this pullback and stuff, I'm not worrying about any of it, and I was explaining that the other day. So let them try to get these interest rates down so they can do what they have to do to get the country in better shape, because they've already just, plugged at it for since he's been in there, and it's been better. So he's doing a job, that's for sure. No one can argue that. Some people might not like him or like what he's doing, but he is working. The last 4 years we had a guy that wasn't even there, so no one even knows what was going on. I would love to know who was running the country for 4 years, because we knew it wasn't him, and now it's all come out. It's pretty evident. But anyway, who cares? Aqua Bounty Technologies. Let's just move forward with life, and we'll pop all these poppers and make great money together, have fun, and then that's revenge on the last administration. So there you go. That's how you look at it. Anyway, 56 to 125 at 119. Look at this thing, AQB, and it's not even looking bad, guys. I would definitely be looking at it in the morning for a momentum play. It's hitting that 50, but just see if it can push up there. This has it only at 104, and I knew it was a little higher, so it's probably through there, because look at 119. Where is it? This thing's like way up, and it's not even on this planet right here. Oh yeah, they had it closed at look, they're in the 60s and the 70s, guys, and it says 104, but we're not even on the chart. I can't even get the chart to go there. Oh, here we go. 104, we're all the way up here right now. Look at that. That's a big difference when you don't know. Like 104 is right there, and that's where you're at. You're hitting almost the 200 the 200 moving average. Mine shows it jumped up pretty nice, and yeah, I would watch it tomorrow. It might even jump through that 200 right there for Aqua Bounty. So that one's a big one right there, I would say. So yeah, you might want to watch that in the morning, see if it wants to keep going. And how about SFHG? I know we were looking at this one as well, Samfine Creation, and this one ran up. A lot of them, guys. It's just, you can't possibly want to even trade all these, but again, you pick the one you like and you roll with it. Look how many we've had, and this one went 70 to 122. It closed at 102, and it doesn't even look bad right there. This thing you might want to look at tomorrow, to be honest with you. So yeah, it's pretty rolling with some momentum. 3.65 in the after hours up there. I would say keep an eye on this one too, SFHG. So that one still could have some nice momentum left in the tank. And yeah, there's a ton of them, guys. So and we just pick out what's going to run, and you can see, obviously, I'm not going to be perfect, but there's plenty of them to choose from, especially if you just make a quick little tiny watch list off of what we do and go through it in the morning. You can easily see what's going to run. I know Laptop Travel's up at 4 a.m. every morning. He's just slaying these things, like just slaughtering them off the show. And so yeah, if you're trading in Webull, be up at 4 a.m. and just have a blast with it. I don't get up at that time, so I'm not trading these things at 4 a.m., but I do obviously trade during the day and do my options and stuff like that. So I'm perfectly fine. And again, you got to kind of make it work for your lifestyle. So it works for Laptop Travel. I tried it. It didn't work for me. My brain cannot handle 4 a.m. like that. So it just didn't. I was like, I'm better off sleeping and just trading during the day. It's fine with me. But But anyway, yeah, 4 a.m. is wild, guys. So if it fits your lifestyle and your schedule, I'm telling you, there's plenty of action, and it doesn't even have to last long. Laptop Travel will tell you it goes from like 4 a.m. to 4:30, sometimes like 4:15. You can be done and hit like 3 poppers within nothing. It's what I'm telling you, it's crazy. I've seen it. I've been up for it and witnessed it, and it's something to see. And that's why I say it's like an entire day goes by, and almost between 4 and 5 a.m. We'll give it an hour. Doesn't even take that long usually. And then I think everybody just like goes to bed, or like the international market that ran in there. Basically just is like, all right, we're done and we're out of here. And yeah, Laptop Travel posted like the clocks and the booms and the bells. So yeah, exactly, like set them alarms for 4 a.m. at 3:45, so you're already up and ready to roll, because I'm telling you, it's something to see. And it is wild. So NAC anyway, this one, Northern Dynasty Minerals. I remember this one from a while back. I know we did this on the show. It wasn't recently, but this one we had done a while ago because I used to trade it. And it's already run up there, unfortunately. It looks like it's topped out. I mean, you can look at it in the morning, see if it has any gas left in it, but it's not one that I would necessarily be chasing unless you knew it was moving up in the morning. And Goldman Sachs right here, Luis Rodriguez was feeding us these, and that one's up. GS, we went over this last night, and JP Morgan right here, that's up. And what was it, Citigroup, and that one's up. So I mean, all three of them, Luis Rodriguez just like spoon fed you guys, and it was a piece of cake, and all three of them look good. We knew they were going up, and there you go, just a percent on an option's not bad, I'll tell you that. So there you are with them 3 banks right there. They did what we wanted them to do. They look like they could have a little pullback tomorrow. Again, they're in this channel, so now they're in there. You could tell they were running up yesterday. Tomorrow you have to almost get a better look at them. I'll tell you right now. Let me look at Goldman Sachs right here. It doesn't look bad to continue its way up. Could run up and kind of pause off a little bit. I don't think it's getting up to that 608 yet, but again, you don't really want them to either. You kind of want them to get set up the right way, which they're doing. And then again, you're going to see them talk about tariffs when things get up here so they can come back down, and they're just controlling everything with the tariffs, and they know what they're doing. So it's but they're going more bullish and looking better, that's for sure. And we knew that they were bottoming out there, just keeping an eye. But we like it. They're gonna run up, and again, they're gonna run back down. You're gonna see this kind of market, guys. You're going to see it a lot. You're not going to just see this channels here. You're going to see like here a channel and up and then down. And so yeah, you're going to see some spikes. We talked about that a few months ago, too. And again, they're cutting a lot of stuff out and doing some crazy stuff in the government. So that's why you're going to get them spikes. BULZ, another one up 2% we looked at last night. We're confident that it was going up. BULZ right there. And there you go. That's even a 3-time leverage, and that one's going to cruise. So keep an eye on BULZ as well. I did like that one last night. And how about STAI, Scantech AI? This one looks like it's about to try to crawl up some more. Let me take a better look at it right here. And I would say it is. It's staying up there and going to move. I would definitely keep an eye on that one. BULZ and STAI both looking good right there, I must say. And how about our LGHL? I know it comes up in reverse splits real soon. It's down here too. Look at this thing, guys. And you can see it wants to get some lion running. So it wants to make a lion run right there. That one's a China market cap. Did we even know that? I have no idea. We look at this thing every day. I probably said that 100 times. And again, I remember like stock tickers from years ago. I don't remember certain things. It's bizarre. I talk about it. But anyway, Lion Ounce is to implement ADS. I guess that's the new way of saying it without a reverse split. Implement ADS ratio change. I mean, that's new lingo right there. I'm not going to lie. It's the second one we saw, unless it was Lion that we saw. But I think it was a different company that said the same thing. And I guess they're avoiding the reverse splits on here because I'm telling you, it's the algorithm because it's not saying that it's reverse split. And I think that's why it's not pulling all these up because they're using different terminology. And that's pretty funny that they're kind of doing that. This one's doing it though. This one's been showing it pretty clear. The trend spider's been on the money, so that's been showing it. There you go. There's your reverse split coming up March 26th, and that's tomorrow. It reverse splits. Yeah, that's right. It does reverse split tomorrow. It was that one and the next one, I believe. Oh, what am I doing? Anyway, I wrote them all down on the piece of paper on the back, and yeah, it was that GFRX and the Lion are tomorrow, so they are the next two right there. So there you are. So yeah, we're watching that Lion for sure. It's reverse splitting, and look at that thing. So keep an eye on the Lion. They're about to open that cage up tomorrow, and they reverse split it. Then it might have some earnings. I don't know. The earnings aren't exactly always accurate on this thing. So, but the reverse splits have been, and the earnings are always accurate on here, but the reverse splits haven't been showing up. And like I said, I think they're tricking the algorithm by calling it like this and different things, which is pretty wild. I've never seen that before, but hey. And people always think of something, right? And now they're going to have to change their algorithm, change their time. Holy cow, they must be like, what the hell is going on in this market? Can everything just run like normal? Anyway, is it not even on here? GFRX, because it is reverse splitting. GFRX. I don't even see it, actually, unless did I write it down wrong? Maybe I wrote it down wrong. What is that? Is that what I was supposed to look at? Laptop. I know you made that list, and I thought I wrote them down. GFRX. That's what I wrote down. I mean, I could be completely wrong. I know SBEV is the 28th, and then there were some other ones. But I did write GFRX, so let me know if that's wrong, or maybe it's just not there because it is. I have no idea, so we'll find out and see what it's up to. And let me take a look at AUUD. We haven't looked at this one in a while. Excuse me. Yeah, we haven't looked at this, but it did curl up there today, and it is looking pretty good for AUUD. So we'll keep an eye on this one as well. Look at that bad boy. So there's another one looking really good that you can watch tomorrow. AUUD and VVPR. We know that ran yesterday. Weren't so sure it was going to run more today. And again, you just got to take advantage of these pops, guys, because you kind of know they're not lasting very long, especially when they spike up like that. Just get in and get out of them, and yeah, you might get lucky that they stay up there, but chances are your luck may run out. So and especially because if you're not up at 4 a.m., sometimes they can pop up big right there, but you know they're not all doing that. So if you see these things popping and you're in them, make sure you're trading them. CXDO. That one looks like it bottomed out right there. It looks like it's trying to get set up. We'll see as it hits there. It has that open and close look. Let's see here. It looks a little bullish. We'll see as it curls up. It'll have to get up here into this channel and then get ripped up like that. So we'll look at CXDO and see it still has a little bit of time. And this TEM, I know someone said this was a Nancy Pelosi pick or something, and it was just kind of bouncing around today. It wasn't really running there, as you can see. And it might, let's see, it might even come back into this channel, but it will be getting set up, guys. So TEM, I think too, will be running up there 58, and you're probably going to see it get cruising there. So keep an eye on TEM. I don't even know, what do they do? Health information services. So yeah, I'm not sure what the hell's going on. AI influence on medical diagnostic generation, $billion revenues. And I can't even read that much. Anyway, isn't this that? Remember we talked about doing healthcare and AI ones? Maybe this, and I think Laptop Travel sent over a couple, and this might have been on it. And that was like back here. I'm not gonna lie, because that's when we were talking about it. I don't remember exactly, but it would have been back here because it was like a month or two ago that we were saying all this, and I don't really remember exactly, but yeah, that sector is gonna look really good. Like anything AI and healthcare related that they can help with, you know, it's going to get booming because everybody's going to be turning to it to cut their cost and, you know, keep their businesses, you know, their expenses down. Because you have like 10, you can have like 3 secretaries per place and billing people, and depending on the practice, and you get a bunch of AI software and an AI diagnostics and this and that. It's going to be like a whole different world in healthcare. So you're going to see that change start to take place as well. So, yeah, that'll be not overnight, obviously, but you will see that start to change. And this is probably beginning phases, I would say. BBAI, Big Bear AI. Let's look at this one. Another information company hitting that 20. We'll see if it can get through. It doesn't look like it necessarily wants to, but it kind of does. I mean, it could go either way tomorrow. It could bounce back down here and then bounce back up. We'll look at BBAI. You can't get a really clear look off of it, how it's set up right there, but tomorrow we'll probably be able to know. And it isn't looking bad. That OKLO is trying to get curled up. Another one, just a little bit of pullback there. We'll keep an eye on this guy and see. But yeah, it's not looking bad unless it curls down right here and lets it dip down. So I'll look at that tomorrow and just see what it wants to do, Oklo, and see what they're up to. But they do have good support down there, so nothing to really worry about too much. And how about XPON? Let's see what that looks like. It's trying to move. It has earnings coming up on the 31st. That's next Monday. I forgot that's not the end of this week. And XPON. Yeah, let me type that in correctly. XPON. Look at it. Just got into that channel and not looking bad right there. So, yeah, I would keep an eye on this XPON. We'll see if that can get set up right there. Not looking too bad. And VRAR, then this reverse split, maybe not. I don't really remember. No, I don't think it did. It's at 140 right here, and I don't think it did, but it looks like it's pretty good right there. VRAR, yeah, look at that thing, 123 to 143. It's at 142, and you can see it's going to run into the 150s there. So keep an eye on VRAR for a little momentum right there. And how about BNRG right here? That's at Bren Miller. It's been bullish, guys. I know we looked at it not long ago. And just keep an eye on it to try to dip down a little bit. But it will get set back up. So Bren Miller is one that we had definitely looked at before. And again, just staying in that channel to get set up. So there you go, BNRG. And I think we're going to do BBAI, not again. I just looked at it. GNPX, Genprex, curling up really good right there. So has a huge channel, but it's going to move around in it. Like, look at it. It's just curling up right there. Not looking bad with it closing open at the same spot today. So it's giving me that weird look on the line. And then the 36s, it got up to 42. But yeah, I don't think it looks bad at all. GNPX. So I would keep an eye on that one. Not looking bad. Whoever's looking at that. And ASPI, ASP Isotopes. Let's look at them. They're curling up and not looking bad in that channel. So you got a ton of them, guys, to just choose from. And yeah, look at that thing. That's going to run into the 5s right there with no problem. So keep an eye on ASPI. You got that movement. So a ton of great looks. Some easy ones, but just know they're going to be in that channel. They're probably not getting blasted off yet. We don't even want them to be honest with you. Play them where you know you can play them, and you're perfectly fine. This XHLD, that one nutty yesterday and pulled back today. It ran up to 278 yesterday. And we were ahead of time. We were ahead on that one as well. And PSTV plus Therapeutics. This one's running up. Do they have earnings today? The 27th in 2 days. So that's Thursday. And this isn't looking too bad right there. Let me take a better look at PSTV plus Therapeutics. Look at that bad boy trying to curl up. And yeah, not looking bad. And yeah, this one says it has earnings coming up and it's accurate. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. I know that Finviz is really accurate with the earnings anyway. And if you really want to know, you can just go on. Actually, you know what? Didn't they have an earnings thing? Or no, latest filings, never mind. They should put an earnings thing on there. That would be pretty cool. But there you go. So they do have that. And as PSTV, no options available, but that's an easy thing to look up too. But yeah, it doesn't look bad right there for PSTV. I'd watch that in the morning to continue its way up, I would say. So that one's not looking bad. And LITM, that's Snow Lake Resources, and we've been watching it. It jumped up, and you might get a little pullback into this channel, but it might be a good opportunity again. Yeah, look at it, came in there, and you might get a little pullback, like I said, but another one going to get set back up to run up there for LITM. So just watch for that to pull back a little bit. And THTX right here, Thera Technologies. Just pulling back right there, hitting the MACD, hitting some support line, THTX. Whoop, THTX. Oh, wow, maybe not. Maybe it's not hitting a support line. Maybe it went nuts. Is this the same freaking chart? Look at that. Does that look like it's the same? Did this thing stop? March 25th. Look, it says it right there, the 228, but I wasn't looking, of course. And there you go. So, yeah, that did pop up there. I was going to say that would look good right there, but there you are. So, yeah, that curled up. I mean, the entire chart's different on this thing. It's not even close on here. THTX, this is way off. So, yeah, this one popped up huge, and you have no idea. It's all the way up in, like, yonder's 228. Look, I can't even get there. Where is it? It's up past here. So, yeah, it's like off the screen. Anyway, there you go. Yeah, it's not even going to let me do it if I do it that way. That's crazy. Yeah, there we go. No, still, nope, not gonna let me. Anyway, it's off the screen. THTX, they don't even let you see it. So that's, a big difference right there when you're going through and trying to look at your charts and stuff like that. But anyway, we won't ponder about that at the moment. And how about BTTR? We had this on the list the other night. Laptop Travel, I know, threw this one out, and look at that thing rolling up, and honestly looks like it's going to be cruising up even more, so might want to keep an eye on that. BTTR, look at that setup. So yeah, I know Laptop Travel like that one. Watch for that 217 resistance. But it is looking good, I must say. Better Choice Company. I know we looked at it the other night and said it looked like a better choice, and it sure did. And CISO. And again, you don't have to look for 100% poppers, but look at this bad boy. Started running up really nice, and you still might get a nice pop. It's running up like 8-10% each day. Very nice movement. CISO. Let's see. This one's down here in the basement, dipping down. CISO. Let's see if it did anything in the after hours, because it looked like it did right there. And up 16 cents. There you go. And 45 to 66, it's at 59. It doesn't look too bad, but I'm not convinced it really wants to get crazy. It has that support, so what did it say? It was at 59 right there, so now I got to put it at 59, and it's right there. All right, so it's spiked up, and we'll look at that in the morning. That's not bad. And hey, another software company, though. Look at that, guys. I'm going to have to open that up. Right there. How many? Oh, we have 6 pages. Never mind. That's a lot of them. I'll look at them later, and maybe I'll run through a few of the U.S. ones at the end of the show, see what time it is, because we definitely have a lot of them, but I'll try to cruise through and see what we can get through. ONDS, but yeah, that one's not looking bad, and it's another software company, USA, ONDS, and Ondas or something. Wow, look at that thing looking really good right there. It was looking good yesterday, and it still looks pretty good today, I must say. ONDS, from that look, it's in the channel. We'll see. Maybe it has a little healthy pullback from that look. 88, did it pull back? It was up to 99. It was up to $1 at 88. So we'll take a look at it right there, but it is getting set up. And honestly, it could pull back and get set up off of this in the next day or so. I would keep an eye on ONDS. It's definitely doing something right there. And how about Surge right here? Someone just had this posted up at right before I was hopping on. I was like, wow, that looks pretty good. Surge pays. Let's take a look at that. I'll add that to the list as well. And oh wow, it already surged up. I didn't even. Again, I wasn't even. I'm telling you, that's what drives me nuts. I'm like, oh, that looks good to run up. Yeah, no shit, because it's at 244 or 268. It already ran up to 297. That's why it looks good to run up, guys, because it already did it. It happens often. I mean, I'm not saying that, it's because I say that they're going to run up. You could just get that look or, but without looking over here and seeing that aftermarket look, I don't even know that it's at 240. Again, this thing's off the freaking chart. It's up here. It's way up here, 244. That's where it's at right there. So that's a pretty big candle right there, guys. And to not know, I didn't even went higher, so it went into 260, 290s. It went to almost $3. That's off the chart right there. Yeah, it's not even. It's $3. It went up to all the way up to this. Damn, that's a hell of a candle run right there, guys. On Surge, it sure did surge. I'll tell you that. And so we'll have to look at it in the morning and see. But I would say if you were in it, you were happy. That took a nice surge. Wow. And again, I would look at it in the morning for momentum, and then just another look of like how the FinViz just doesn't show you what's going on exactly. I'm not complaining, but I'll just tell you about it every time. Anyway, let's have options. Probably not. They do have options on this thing. Look at this thing. Holy cow. And they have the volatility and Greeks. I don't ever look at that stuff, just the prices, but there you go. Yeah, you can get it at 250, which it's just about to hit. So yeah, that one's probably paying out real nice right now. And I mean, if you're really ballsy and going 5 and 7, you're nutty. But anyway, that I mean, maybe it goes up there tomorrow. But anyway, that's surge and it is moving. So it surged right up, and we couldn't even tell. TW, what is this one? I wrote it down. TWOH. I seen like a bunch of people talking about it, and oh, it's an OTC. Two Hands Corp. What is this? A massage company? Two Hands? What the hell is going on here? I have no idea what they do, but it looks like it's pulling back with Two Hands, and so yeah, it ran up already. I don't know if I'd be chasing that with my hands, that's for sure. So TWOH, I'm not so sure about that one, guys. That one looks like it's pulling back to me anyway, and it's an OTCer, so I'm not sure. And AST Space Mobile. That's how you say it. And it's trying to get set up. It might not curl through right here as it's trying to get set up, but it is getting rolling up there. So give it a couple days here and you should get rolling. Look at it. So we'll see if it can get through. I'm not exactly convinced it's getting through that MACD just yet. We'll see tomorrow. I'll look at this one, get a better idea, but you could come down in here and even here again to get set up to really run off on ASTS. So that's just what it looks like at the moment right there. And how about TMSH? What's this, another OTC or maybe? Yep, what did it say it was? Transglobal. I have no idea. These things, I can't tell you what they're doing. You guys see these charts? Like, what the hell is this thing even going to do? I have no idea. It's either going to be down here, and does it like, I mean, I guess it runs a lot. It does say plus 100%. So I guess it moves a lot, but then it says 0% a ton. Yeah, I have no idea, guys. I'm not good with these OTCs. When they look like this, and this is what I used to say, like, I have no idea what that's going to do. A lot of times when they have that 2 zeros, 3 zeros in front, this is what the chart looks like to me. And honestly, I could just throw a dart at something and have a better guess because I have no idea what that even looks like. It just looks like a bunch of lines running up and down. And I would just kind of look, I just look at it as a video game, to be honest with you. It looks like they're just making something. So I don't know. That's what they look like to me with that OTC. So I apologize anyone that wanted me to look at that one. TWOH and the TMSH. Well, TWOH looked like it was coming down, but that TMSH, yeah, can't really tell. Apologize, but not real good. Bond, this one, guys, check this bad boy out. I was looking at this today. I think Barbara sent this over this evening as well, and I'm glad she did because I actually forgot to put it down on the list. And I think this is a China one. Yeah, China. I meant to write it on that list. I was looking at it when I was doing them, and there was a couple other ones, and then I got sidetracked, and then you know how that works for me. But anyway, BON, I saw it on the scanner, and that's how I knew. I was like, whoa, this thing's looking pretty good. And then yeah, and then that's how I started going through. But remember, this thing ran up the other day to like 55 cents into like the $10 range, and I don't know if it had any news or anything because I have no idea. Did it March 18th? I think they had it a closing. Was that the day it ran? I don't even know. No, it ran up to what day was that? 14th. Yeah, the 14th. Let's see. Did they have new? I don't remember. They announced a brand strategic cooperation with, that good old company, Guangdong, Juwo, Guangdong. They're famous around here. Yeah, what a name. We gotta look up that one. Juwo. Let me not forget it. Juwo. It doesn't even come up. 'Cause I think that was the stock ticker. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's the name of the company too. I don't know. Maybe it's like Dongwon. What is it called? Holy shit! That Gongdong Juo or something. Holy cow. That's a hell of a name. I know it's a China company, but could you imagine you named your company that? That's pretty wild. And anyway, but yeah, this thing's looking good, guys. So keep an eye on it because it could get cruising. And obviously, it ran the other day, big time on that 14th, and look, it was kind of just positioned there and just got cruising. So we'll see if it can do it again. I don't know if it's going to make that crazy of a run, but it does look pretty good, I have to say. So keep your eye on BON right there, and I don't think JUWO is one. Or I sure can't find it, but yeah, what a crazy name of a company right there. But yeah, watch Bond BON, and it's a specialty chemical company, and it's Bond Natural. I always wonder what the hell do these specialty chemical companies even have? This one said something about a vegetable-based powder drink. I guess anything with a chemical. I have no idea. I've always wondered what the heck is a specialty chemical, but I guess that's what it is. And yeah, BON, I'm telling you, is setting up right there. So we'll keep an eye on that one. And SAG Holdings, wasn't this on the list the other day, or was it SAGs? Was it SAGs? No, it definitely wasn't that. It had to have been this. Yeah, it ran up the other day. Remember? We weren't looking at it yesterday or anything, but it does look good, guys. I'd keep an eye on this. Look at it cruising back up there. That's right. It did run right there. And, yeah, it's curling back up. So SAG isn't looking bad. So whoever threw that one over looks good again. I like it. And DGLY, this one just keeps on dipping, but we're watching for that curl off the MACD DGLY right here, and look at that. That took a big old dip today. Was that today? It took even a bigger dip, because I know it dipped yesterday, and I guess it did 104 million in volume, and it's down to 3.5 right there. I may have to really start looking at this bad boy now, huh? Wow, look at that bad boy. Yeah, that thing, does it have an offering or a reverse split coming up? I'd have to imagine. I don't see anything. Don't see it there. I don't see them naming anything different. They don't say anything. I'll keep an eye on this DGLY now. I know we've been watching it, guys, but it's been pulling back. I know that, and there, it looks much better. I could look at it at 3.5 around here and see it popping up a little bit. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. And there you go with them bad boys. And let's just keep on rolling, because we got a bunch of laptop travel ones that we'll look at. And he said there's some really good ones on there. And we'll look at our Jolie's Jams. We'll go through our SPY and everything else. And then we'll definitely go through and see what you guys want to look at and see what's going on. And it's GRFX. That's what it is. So it's GRFX, that one I was trying to figure out over there. And that is that reverse splitter. And let me see, where did I even write that? I have no idea. I forget where it's at. I can't even find. Oh, there it is. GRFX. I found it. GRFX. All right, so I wrote that one down wrong. And let's look at it, because this one's also reverse splitting, but it doesn't look as good, I don't think. It's kind of pulling back right there. Let me write it down. GRFX, if I could do it right. There's your reverse split right there tomorrow. And yeah, I mean, it's going to get set. Let's watch this one tomorrow, but that lion looks pretty good right here, I must say, for that reverse split tomorrow. Good old LGHL. So keep an eye on the good old lion tomorrow as well. And yeah, you got two good splitters right there. And so yeah, that's what we were looking at, and that's the one I was trying to figure out. So there you go. And yeah, Tem is one of the Pelosi picks. CELH. Let's look at that. Celius, is that what that is? Yeah. Celius Holdings in the top right. Oh, that one looks really good, guys. I don't know. We missed the boat on Celius. I know we've looked at it a few times, but probably a good one to follow along because I know it has them big spike ups. And look at that thing. That looks pretty right there, guys. Into the top. It could have a really nice spike in the morning. You might want to keep an eye on CELH and see if it wants to pop up there in the morning for you guys, because look at it sitting there. If not, it's pulling back and we're going to get a good opportunity, but it is poking its head into the top there and it looks like it's pretty good. So yeah, that's not looking bad. And let's see, I'll run through a couple of these and then we'll go through our laptop travel list. And MLGO, we know that did run the other day. It pulled back today. And let's see, and it was up early this morning. That's right, because I know on the pre-market it was up to like 16, 19, I forget. What was it up to? 19 it was. And then it pulled back and closed at 11.79. It pulled back to like $9 there for MLGO. It's still in the top. We'll see if it tries to bounce up tomorrow. I can't promise you, but we'll take a look at it and see. But it did run up there. Good old Holo was down today. I know that. And it was just setting up. And again, they're just going to bounce around in these channels. Do you know exactly which day they're going up? Not exactly all the time. Look at that weird look it had yesterday. And that's sometimes, like I say, you get that stranger look, 98 and 101 when they close right around. And they run up like 119 and 80. You have that big gap. You can't exactly tell if you're going to get that pullback or run up the next day. But it's staying in that channel. It appears to be good right there. And that RGC ran up early. Oh, no, that was yesterday. I'm sorry. It did not run up today. It ran up yesterday early in the morning. And right now it's at 41 to 49. It's at 42. And yeah, we'd have to take a look at this probably tomorrow. Look at it. It's getting stuck up in that top. And we'll see if it wants to bounce back up. I can't promise you anything on that. But I can look at it in the morning on RGC. Like I said, it looks like it would rather come down, but you never know with that thing because it ran up like a beast. And how about Den? What's that? DENN. Is that like Denny's? Yeah, Denny's. Oh, yeah, you did write that. Then Denny's for breakfast. There you go. There we are. Denny's. There we go. DENN. And that one looks like it's a good one. I remember going to Denny's back in the day and getting Grand Slams. They were so good all the time, especially as like high school and like them years. Oh, man, Denny's was the shit. They were open 24/7, and we had one around here. It was great. $4 to 403, 382 it got down to, but it closed at 4. And you're right, it is looking pretty good right there for Denny's. I don't think I have any around here anymore. And but yeah, they used to have what, Grand Slams, right? Is that what their breakfast was called? Something like that. Anyway, Denny's was really good, and it's looking appetizing down here for that stock too. Look at it down here, $3.95. I wonder how many Denny's locations they still even have. I have no idea. Oh yeah, look at that. Denny's offers $1 slam, buy one get one. We just got to open this up and see. Denny's, holy cow, that brings back some memories. I don't want to wait for that bullshit. Are you kidding me right now? Oh, well, we ain't looking at that because we're not waiting another 9 seconds. Sorry, guys. But anyway, we'll look at Denny's later. And then, yeah, but Denny's is looking pretty good. We're going to write down DENN and keep an eye on that because that looks like it's trying to get set up off that bottom. Obviously, I don't think it's going to pull back anymore. It's making a pretty nice base, but it did there. So we'll see. But I'll keep an eye on Denny's. DENN right there. And let's see what Grek is up to. Isn't that Greek like ETF? Yeah, that was... You gave us that one last night, and it was up today. And, yeah, it's rolling off that MACD. So, yeah, Greece has been doing good. So, you know that their demise is coming real soon. Remember, Greece was down. Like, that country was in shambles there for a long time. And now I guess Greece is doing much better. And, yeah, it's getting into the top. It looks like it's going to roll into the top there. So I would keep an eye on it. Look at it. It looks like it wants to roll off there. And that is that GREK right there. And let's see, boom, PayPal. Yeah, and most of the laptop travels trades are done by 7 a.m. So it's pretty wild. And PayPal, we'll go over it real quick before we hit the other list. But we're going to look at it. And yeah, we've been saying PayPal's kind of getting set up. It's in that channel. Just let it get set up right there. And that's a hammer candlestick signals. Bull have taken control. So there you go. I told you, Laptop Travel knows all the different candles and what they're called. I know none of it. I promise you guys. I know. I make up my own names. It's great. LGMK, isn't that Logic, Mark? You like that for tomorrow? Let me see again. I know we looked at it, but I forget already. LGMK. And yeah, it did have some nice dippage. Yeah, I could see that being on watch for tomorrow. So yeah, keep that on LGMK Logic, Mark. Look at that thing. Oh yeah, and it ran up this morning as well. So it pushed it. We were talking about that. You wouldn't know on here, but it definitely did it. And so yeah, Logic, Mark, you want to keep on standby tomorrow morning and see, and let me see what else is going on, since I'm already going through the list here or on here. Missed out on the Barracoin. I'm not sure which one that is, but if Mullen's done, let me see. So I always stay away from Mullen. I ain't gonna lie. Mullen's one that you don't want to mess with. It's the most diluted company in the history of the world, and it's probably done. That run up right there, what, they just do a reverse split, what, the other day, right? February 18th. Weren't we laughing about it, guys? And you're about to see an offering tomorrow. Watch, because it ran up a little today. 30 to 72. Here comes your offering, Laptop Travel. And sorry, Kevin Beckman, get out of that thing, because it's the worst stock in the history of stocks. We all have a great Mullen story. And again, I've hit it for over 100% multiple times, but the amount of times you get in it and it reverse splits on you outweighs the 100%ers by a long shot. This company is a disaster. I mean, if you run through, look at it, S. It's almost like they do earnings or dividends. I mean, look at this thing. Every time you'd have an earning or a dividend, you got a split. Look at this thing. That's fucking insane. Look at that. There's no other stock that you could do that with. And then it stops finally. But yeah, and there's one. That's insane, guys. That's right. I mean, the Laptop Travel's giving us the statistics, and it's so like split. It's absurd. So yeah, watch this thing starting here. I don't know what year this is, but in May, and then in August. This is 2023, and then in December they did it 3 times right there, and then in 2024 they did it in September, and then in 2025 February. I mean, they just do it non-stop, guys. So, and they used to do it back then too during COVID. So yeah, be careful with that company, Mullen. Not one that you really want to play games with right there. AQB and Surge, we did both of them stocking up for future. They were both really good right there. And what was MGRX? Did we even look at that? Mango Ceuticals. Holy cow, what a cool name. And that's a health information. That's a big dip right there. We love when they do that. So, yeah, let's keep an eye on MGRX right here. Look, what the hell? 475 to 610 and closed at 279. That's a hell of a move right there, guys. So, yeah, that's one to jot down. MGRX down here. To keep an eye on that one as well. So that one's a good one. I like that. Stocking up for future, giving us some good ones there as well. And all right, let's get cruising right through. Yeah, Profit Logic bond we had added. Who added that? Was it Barbara added it? But absolutely great one. And I would say that one's looking great. I was definitely looking at that today as well. And Luman came in just before the Denny's Reflections tonight. Commentary is exceptional. Awesome. Thanks, Luman. Appreciate it. I appreciate all the feedback. Everybody hanging out as well. I greatly appreciate it. And of course, if you're not following along on Twitter or X, I says Twitter, X, and YouTube and that stuff, follow along. I post stuff all the time, and even stock twits. And yeah, we do 2 shows a day, 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. So we'll do a show at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. We'll go through the market. We'll do our Joey's Jumpers, laptop lowdowns. We'll hit crypto, big caps, see what's rocking and rolling, what looks good, know what the market's going to do, get prepared. And it's a good, quick half-hour to 40-minute show. And it gets you ready for the morning trades in the daytime. And, of course, obviously, this show gets you ready for your 4 a.m. So this is kind of like your pre-market review, I guess, because we're just looking at the recap of today. Nothing's really happening until like kind of that. There's a little overnight hours, but nothing crazy. But at 4 a.m. it really picks up, guys. It's like wild. So this gets you ready for that for sure. And then obviously 7 a.m. And then you know what's happening the entire day. And then I post things all throughout the day and tell you what's going on. And we just pick out the poppers and what wants to move, and we rock and roll with it, have fun, have a good show, and just try to make it a little entertaining while we go through stock charts. So greatly appreciate that, Lou Man, and everybody hanging out always. So let's go ahead and look at our laptop travel list. He said there's a lot of great ones on here. So let's roll through them pretty quick because there is a huge list, and then we'll do our Jolie's Jams and run through our big caps we just did. I'll go through the Twitter, the X account too. I just looked at the there's probably a bunch more, so I didn't forget anybody that posted anything. I'll go through. I just looked at the StreamYard, and they give me a lot of the X feed and the YouTube feed. It's awesome, but then I still get some messages and notifications on my regular X account too, so I have to see them, and I'll go through them. So if you did post something, I didn't forget you. We'll go through it. I'm just going to roll through these in ATAI if I could type it in. Here we are with ATAI Life Sciences, and yeah, that's not looking bad. It jumped up today, that's for sure. It could just have a little pullback or run up here and have a little pullback. You can see it a little healthy right there, but that's in that channel, and it's going to be short-lived in that channel for sure. So it's only going to be a few days. This one looks really good, guys. AYTU. And I know this is one we're familiar with. We've looked at before, ran up the other day, and it looks much better today. You see it was a little red right there, so it came back down. Tomorrow it should get running up there. Definitely another one to keep an eye on right there. And you might only get up to that 145, but 127 to 140 is a pretty good jump up right there. And good old blooms right here. BLMZ looking like it wants to bloom up for spring right there. BLMZ. Let's see. BLMZ. And let's take a look at it. Yeah, look at it. It looks pretty good right there, I must say, trying to jump up. And yeah, that support behind. Now it's getting into that 20 range, and it'll try to run up there. So that looks pretty healthy right there. BLMZ. I like that one. And let's take a look at BOXL, Boxlight Corporation. Oh, that one looks pretty healthy too right there, huh? Let me see in the after hours. BOXL, that is looking healthy. Yeah, it looks like it's just catching that momentum right there, guys. So keep an eye on that. And look, it only had 28,000 in volume, which is like nothing. 157 to 165. It's at 162. I mean, that's a solid trade just alone right there, but it's looking good to try to get moving. So keep an eye on Boxlight. It could have some light in that box real soon. And FMST, Foremost Clean Energy. Let's see. Curling up right there, and that one looks good. Let me find the FMST right. Oh yeah, look at that bad boy. Look at them two looks where it just opened and closed on the same price. 82, 82, 80 and 70, and basically 80 and 80. And then it just didn't want to fall down. It wanted to stay in there. So this one's going to get cruising. And I remember we were looking at it before down here. It was on your laptop lowdown list before. So keep an eye on that. FMST and MTVA right here. And this one was just on that list as well, because I remember saying MTVA and MetaVia, and this thing looks really good, guys. So MetaVia may be MetaVia tomorrow. Look at this thing. If I could figure out how to type it in, MTVA, it could get stuck up there at 160. It had a nice run up today from 152 to 160. 5%. You're probably going to get it again tomorrow there. And I'm telling you, this thing looks really good. It's setting up, guys. That's one to keep an eye on for sure. MTVA, MetaVia right there, and Octo right here. We've been, oh no, this is the other one. There's two of them that are similar to these letters, OCTO, but this is 8Co Holdings, and there's another one that we look at that, like I said, is very similar. I was confusing them real quick, which isn't very hard for me to do. But anyway, Octo right here, OCTO hitting that resistance, but has that weird look like it wants to push in. Look at it. It opened and closed right at that 120 there. And, yeah, it's not telling you it wants to get in there, but I think it does. It looks like it has that resistance right there at 126. So keep an eye on Octo right there. I don't think it looks too bad, I would say. And that is OCTO. And SLNH right here, that's Soluna Holdings. Wow, that's looking really good too, huh? And I know we were looking at this thing just kind of pull back. It just got onto the 20. That's one you want to keep an eye on as well. SLNH, and that has a little run for it at 105. Could run up to like 150 right there. SLNH, good old Soluna Holdings, a capital market one, looking good. Watch for, yeah, I would say it's, no, I don't even think it's dipping. I think it's ready. So keep an eye on that. And how about good old Talkspace right here? See if what they want to talk about. And if they want to talk about going up, let's see. I mean, it's sitting right there. It's trying to. We'll say that. I think it might have a day or two to set up again or just kind of run its course, it looks like. So we'll look at TALK, another health information. Them ones are popping up as well a lot too. So have to keep our eye on that. And that is Talk and XWEL right here, XWEL. Hey, another one right there, healthcare. And this one's run. Look at this thing. Run. I think we did this yesterday because I remember talking. It could be this one. But yeah, this one has all them candles that just, it's been running around a lot. Look at it, 102 to 119. And it closed at 102. You can see that crazy look. But yeah, it's in that channel. And this thing just runs around, guys. So you can keep an eye on that for sure because you get a lot of movement all the time. And we were recently just mentioning that. And that is XWEL and ABCL right here. Absolrella, I have no idea. Anyway, let's see what it's doing. I don't remember ever doing this. ABCL. And it's in the channel, just a little healthy pullback today. I don't think it's anything bad right there for ABCL. Just a little healthy pullback and could be getting set up. ATHS, I think that's what I wrote down. I'm not even sure. It could be AIHS. That makes more sense because that is one. AIHS, that's what I wrote down. That's another China one. Oh, look at this thing. China Credit Service. And this thing's looking really good. Pull back a little in the after hours. I got to see that. I don't think that one's pulling back at all. Yeah, 87. It's closing at the top right there, guys. I don't think that thing was closing, pulling back. Look, it says it pulled back to 2 cents. It didn't look like it was pulling back to me in that chart. This thing looks like it wants to get rolling, guys. So you may want to really keep an eye on that one. AIHS. It has that look about it, like. You can see it. And isn't it a China one, did I just say? Yeah, China Credit Service. Yeah, it wants to get set up and cruise. Keep an eye on that. And ATAI, that one is in the channel, just running up. Could have a little healthy pullback tomorrow. Nothing too crazy. But again, look at it in that channel right there. So we know that. Nothing bad. AYRO. Yeah. AYRO. And that's trying to crawl up over to 20. Let's just take a better look at it. Nothing even. What did I type in? AYRO. That might help. Oh, again. AYRO. All right, brain, figure it out here. There we go. It's in there, and it's just trying to get into that channel, and you can see it. It's sitting on the 20. I thought I'd get a better look right there. I guess it's a little bit over that 54, and it's not looking bad right there, honestly. You could have it try to turn back up in here and get moving. So AYRO. Not looking bad to set up. We'll keep an eye on that one. And we did AYTO. I wrote it down twice, I think. Yeah, I definitely wrote it down twice. BBLG, Bone Biologics. Let's look at it. Bone Biologics is trying to curl up as well. BBLG. And look at that weird look right there, opening and closing on the same price, going up to 86, coming down to 82, trying to push that envelope. Not looking bad, though. Keep an eye on it. I would definitely keep an eye on the old Bone Biologics right there, BBLG. And let's see, BGI, Burks Group. Let's see what that one looks like. That's that luxury goods company that we've looked at, and it isn't looking bad there. 125 actually pulled back to 108, and then went back to 123. And look at it, trying to curl up here. It's trying to run up to that 130 area, and I think it might get there. So keep an eye on BGI. You're going to get a quick pop, but it is kind of bearish, but you're going to get a pop off on it. So you can look at BGI, not looking bad. And how about BKYI? BKYI, BioKey International. I know we were looking at this the other day, and this one does have earnings coming up on Thursday, it looks like, and it does look like it's really getting set up right now, and I know we were looking at it. Somebody was mentioning this right down in here. I had them weird looks. We had just been looking at this thing, and I would say keep an eye on this thing because it looks really good right there, guys. BKYI, I like that look right there. And CNET, that we just looked at recently. Let me try to type it in better. There we go. ZW Data Action Technology, another China company. China, and again, guys, these China small caps, not necessarily like real small penny ones. They don't have to be, but they're, you know, they're cheap enough. They're under $5 and stuff, under 3, 2. They're setting up. And we'd seen them large caps were coming down from that ETF, whatever it is, I can't remember, but we knew they were coming down, and these love to get set up and go. So here we are with the CNET right here, and again, it is another China one, and we'll keep an eye and see. Let me see what the net wants to do. It's in that net of the channel right there for the CNET, 155 to 160, and it closed at that 160. So you may just see it pull back a little bit, but obviously getting set up right there for that one. And GIPR, Generation Income Properties, and let's see, that's off the 20. GIPR, and it's trying to push its way up. It's not looking bad, I must say. It's looking pretty healthy right there, guys. So we'll keep an eye. I don't know if it's getting blasted off tomorrow, but it looks like it's going to get set up for GIPR. And IFRX right here, let's take a look at it. IFRX, that ran up yesterday. Let me see, they just had earnings, it looks like. IFRX, little pullback today, nothing too crazy though. It ran up to 142, open, came down to 133, and again, just a little healthy pullback. It's in this big old channel right here you have. So biotech company in Germany, and we'll watch that, but you do have a big channel for it to run around in. And JDZG is Giaid, I think it says, and that's another China one. That's a small cap. I am familiar with this. Information Technology Services, and this thing is trying to curl up. JDZG, that's what it is. And yeah, it's in that channel. Let's see if that gets curled up right there, that 20, to move it. So it's been running up. We'll keep an eye on that. JDZG. And LKCO is at, no, it's Luokung Technology. Yeah, that's a crazy name to read. Some of these China companies are obviously tough ones to read the name of, and I'm just trying to practice my reading here. Anyway, LKCO, and that's from 148 to 177. It's at 135. I was trying to get an idea of what just happened there because it looked really good, kind of good here, but says it went up to like 162, and then it just wasn't looking normal to me between the two of them. So I was just trying to get a good idea. So I don't even know which one's right. I'm going to guess that my TrendSpider is usually right here, and it's coming down there. I'd have to look at LKCO tomorrow, and again, I'll get a better idea of that one. This MEGL, remember this one ran like crazy right here that was back in January. Nah, it had to have been this run in February that I'm thinking of. I don't remember. I just know it ran up. It probably was this one because it was a huge pop. So it probably was this guy because it gapped way up. So I think it was that. But I just remember that one popping up there. Recently, I guess it was the beginning of the year. I don't know. Anyway, who cares? It is getting set up again to get into that channel. And MEGL, let's see if they can have a magic empire once again and get moving again. Just get it in here and let it run around a little bit, and then we'll see it get set up and see how magical it wants to be right there. And let's look at that Mind Medicine as MNMD, and it's in the channel. And just a little healthy pullback right there. I know we looked at this either last night or the night before. And, yeah, it's just in that channel. It has to get up over there, but not looking bad. I mean, it's doing what we want it to do and exactly what we were saying. And we did look at that MTVA before. That's at MetaV. I wrote down that twice. And is that Shim? Haven't looked at Shimmick Corp in a little while here. It's been way down there. Look at that bottom. And it's not looking bad now that it's in the channel. A little pullback today. But I don't think it looks too bad, to be honest with you, for SHIM, Shim. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. It has a little resistance up here, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. But it's not looking terrible. It's way down there too, so we'll look at it in that channel. And let's take a look at TCRT right here. That looks really good. You might have a good momentum player right there at the bottom of our list right there. TCRT. What does that say? Alaunos Therapeutics. And that's a biotech in U.S. And yeah, look at that one running up and looking good. Looks like it's going to keep its momentum and blast right through there in the morning. I would definitely be watching that thing in the morning, guys. 149 to 161. It closed at 161. And I would say TCRT is another one that should have a little momentum there in the morning. And ZEO right here. Let's see what ZEO is up to. And ZEO Energy. Let's see if it's has some energy to get rolling. That's what we want to see. And it just closed and opened at the same spot. It looked like here too, 176, 176. And this has it at, wow, look at that. It all had, did it have it at 182 and 170? That would be amazing. 182. Holy cow, look at that. That chart is exactly identical. And it must not move at all in like the morning and the after hours. Some of them really don't. So it is, you'll see that sometimes. And it just got in there and you can tell it doesn't know what it wants to do. I think it's going to have a couple day setup period right there for ZEO, but not looking bad. And I think it will just kind of run flat and then get curled up. And there you go with the laptop travel list, and there are some really good ones, like that TCRT to look at tomorrow, that BKYI, and AIHS, and that Soluna is SLNH, and MTVA. We're looking really good. That FMST and AYTU, even the Blooms was trying to move, the Boxel, BOXL, so a lot of good ones right there. I must say thank you, Laptop Travel, for that and all of that work. And Agrify, AGFY right here. Let's look at our Jolie's Jams, and that's trying to crawl back up, and we've been watching it. It's been bouncing around, and we knew it was running up there, and then it went flat. It's staying in the channel and looking pretty good. So, again, most of the market looks pretty solid for the most part. Blink's right in that channel as well, and you can see Blink's going to get rolling, guys. So keep an eye on Blink, BLNK, Blink Charging. It's looking much better. Look at it. Just staying in there. Watch for any dips, and it should try to get set back up to roll. And Sezzle right here. It was down a hair. Look at my blue screen. I don't even know how it happens. I can never do it. If I try, I don't even know what I hit. I really don't. Anyway, Sezzle. There we are. It's hitting that resistance. We are looking at it, and it looks like it's in that channel. Let me take a better look at it right here. Yeah, look at it. Just hanging out right there. So I think you'll get cruising back up, and they don't have options. And good old Sterling was back down. I mean, it wasn't really anything crazy. Again, we're in that channel. Watch for any pullback. But Sterling, once it gets rolling up here, you're going to want to keep an eye on it because it's going to come from like 140 area, and it has some room up to 200. It has like a $60 gap right there to fill in, and could easily do it when it's ready. So we'll keep an eye on that. And Rivian was rolling back up there. Not looking bad, but hitting that 50. So you may be coming back down on Rivian. So keep an eye on that to pull back a little bit to get set up again. And Symbotic right here, SYM. And again, in that channel, has a big one right there. Big channel. And just kind of a little healthy pullback as it's trying to get curled up right there. Let's see. Yeah, it's just a little healthy pullback. And what did I just type in? Like SY or something? I don't even know what that was. Did I just type in like SY? So Young International. I was like, what is that? It almost sounded kind of weird, like perverted. That's I was like, what did that just say? It just caught my eye. And I didn't even know if I read it right. I was like, did I just see that right? And that's a crazy one. Yeah, it did say So Young International, and it's a health information. Another one. I just happened to not type in SYM, and So Young International came up here. So let's look at it. SY. What a weird one. Anyway, it looks, I guess, like it's going to roll back up. I don't even know. It does look pretty bullish, but just a weird name. I was like, what did that just say? I didn't have a clue if I even read it right. But yeah, I was just like SY, and then I thought it said like Young something. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I had to look at it again. So yeah, it did say So Young, whatever. SY. What is it called? So Young International. That's really weird. Anyway, I wonder what the hell what kind of health information does this company have? Holy cow. What is going on? Anyway, that's another China one trying to set up. So Young International right there. And there you are with that. SY just happens to pop up on our list. Look at that. Anyway, there you go. I'll roll through our big caps and our crypto real quick, and then I'll roll through and see what the rest of the messages look like, and we'll figure out what you guys want to look at and see what else is popping here. But we have quite a few of them. I mean, it's a crazy list. I'll definitely I'll shoot it out after. I'll take a picture and post it out when we're done. I'll put it on the stock cube before the show's over. So anyway, there's your So Young International. And now let's look at our SPY and see what they're up to right now. It did close up $1.38. It's in that channel. I think it opened and closed around the same price. That's what it kind of looked like there, but maybe not. 573 and 570. I'd say it's pretty good. What does this say? 575 and 575. Yeah, see, that had it at the same price, but again, it's not exactly the most accurate. So anyway, just because of the timing's off. And so we have 576 and looking much better right there, I must say, rolling up in the after hours. So let's look at our Mag 7. Apple was up 302, and you're getting up to this 20. And I don't know, it's curling up there. It's looking pretty good. Maybe it curls through and then just kind of runs flat. We have to kind of look at it. It's in that spot where it can pull itself down, and that 20 can push Apple down. So Apple could have a little setup. Amazon, who said we knew that was down here, going to be moving up 240 or up 245 today, and looking really good. Honestly, it should continue its way up. That and Google were the two that I really liked, I said, and that looks basically the same as Amazon. So they were two money ones right there that you could have ran up with no problem from down here in the 160s, and now the Google's in the 170s. And let's look at Meta right here. That was up another $7, getting into that channel, and it did crawl through. I was wondering if it would, and I think you're just going to have a bounce around into this channel right here as it gets set up, and then Meta is going to be back over, it's going to be in the 750s. Its high was right here at 740, remember, and then it started to pull back, and you're going to get higher than that next time. So again, we're going to run the all-time highs and come back to these levels again, so just be prepared and smash the market up and coming down and even sideways, because then you get the big poppers like these pennies. And I think we're going to see this market for a little while, and it's pretty exciting, to be honest with you. I love it. So yeah, we're going to have fun. MSFT, good old Microsoft right here, was curling up, and that's looking pretty good now. So there you go at MSFT, looking pretty decent, I must say. And so there's NVIDIA was pulling back. Remember we were looking at it, said it didn't know what it wanted to do there. Again, it has that look like it doesn't know what it really, or was that Microsoft that had that? No, it was definitely, I thought, NVIDIA. Let me see. Maybe it was Microsoft, and it did pop up. I don't remember now. I thought it was NVIDIA yesterday, but NVIDIA didn't look too bad. It now has that look that it doesn't really know what it wants to do, and it closed and opened at the 120 area. And yeah, I mean, it looks like it's more or less just healthy pullback, and it looks like it's just going to set up in that channel, just like the rest of them. So it doesn't look bad. It was kind of pulling back a little bit today. I was watching it, and but it closed fine. And Tesla's back up there, $9 and looking really good. So We knew Tesla was cruising there, and it is. And another one should get up here and stay in this channel. So keep an eye on Tesla. And there is your Mag 7 and AMC down a penny and not looking too bad. We know it's getting set up right here. And I know GameStop has earnings coming up. Was that today or was it yesterday or tomorrow? I mean, when is GameStop? Was it today right here? It looks like it. And there you go, March 25th. I have no idea what they said. And here we are with GameStop. It looks like it popped up in that after hour, so something liked it. And it looks like it was doing good, and it's curling up in GameStop. Remember we were saying it looked pretty good the other day, and I guess that's why right there. GameStop's planning to bet on Bitcoin Juice's video games retailer stock. I remember they said before that they were going to start buying Bitcoin, so that's not exactly new news, but I guess they announced it right there. And yeah, there you go for GameStop. And let's look at Chewy. That was setting up as well. It was down a little bit today, and they have earnings coming up tomorrow. So we'll see what's up with this, if it's pulling back a little bit more for CHWI, and we'll keep an eye on it. It does look like it's trying to pull back a hair, so we'll look at that. And that Unity wasn't bad, and that looks like it's trying to curl through and set up. So we'll look at the letter U and just look at it. But your 50's under and your 20, so we'll see if it can cross through and get moving right there for the letter U, Unity. And let's look at our Netflix, because that was up 25 hours. I'm telling you guys, this thing's going up over 1,100 hours in a heartbeat, like I was saying last night. And there it goes. The options aren't cheap either. I'm not going to lie. They are expensive options on this. I mean, it's $900 stock, so you know it's going to be expensive. And I was looking at them today as it was, I was like, yeah, that's a good one right there. AVGO right here, this did pull back, and I think we might see a little support line, MACD, pull back to and get set back up. So we'll keep our eye on that one. That is our semiconductors. And MU also pull back a little bit right there, and again, we'll see. It's almost very similar to AVGO, and we'll see if it can hang out right there. And let's take a look at TSM. That also pulled back a little bit, but it's in the channel and not looking bad, so I don't think TSM is pulling back that hard. Look at that open and close at the same price right there, 181.50, and just going to stay in that channel is what it looks like anyway. And SMCI right here was down a little bit, but this one does look like it's trying to pull up, set up, so just watch for any pullback. Look at it trying to curl up. We'll see if it does. Maybe it pulls back into this 50 or down here, so we'll keep an eye on that one. And AMD right here has been running up, but it did run up today. Just be careful. It may run up to this 119 area and try to, top out. Look at it, though. It's setting up, and I mean, we nailed this thing perfectly from right here, from 99, and now it's at 114, so that was a beauty, AMD, and it didn't matter what the market conditions were doing this entire last few weeks. We just called them out one by one, just kept on cruising along, and now in the SPY and everything in between. Qualcomm was up 7 cents. It looks like in the after hours a little more, but again, these are in the channel right there, so it's perfect. You can see it, and you know exactly what it's going to do, so you can just keep your eye on them. And good old Intel right here, that one's just kind of hanging out over the 200 day and just a little bit flat, probably getting set up to run again. Look at it. Yeah, I would say so right there for Intel. And how about PayPal? That one we looked at earlier, and it has a huge channel to get set up on, so we'll keep an eye. We usually do. And Snow, I think, was going to start moving up. It was coming down back there, curled up into that channel, and I think you're going to see Snow run up a little bit like this. So there you go for good old SNOW, Snowflake right there. And that's another software application company in the USA for Snowflake. That's why I looked at it again, because I kind of just was like, what do they do? Dell right here, good old Dell Hardware. Looks like it's pulling back at the moment. It was really good the other day, or the other week, I mean, when it was running up. But now it looks like it's kind of pulling back. We'll see if it can hold itself up there with that 20. And obviously get curled up and move. So we look at Dell each day, so we'll keep an eye on it. And good old PLTR, Palantir, just a little healthy pullback, flat more or less today. Nothing really crazy. Look at it, open and closing on that same price. A lot of them did. Luis Rodriguez, what's going on tomorrow? Any big reports or anything? I'm not even sure, but a lot of them are that crazy look like they opened and closed and are waiting for something to tell them what to do. So let me know if we have anything crazy report-wise tomorrow. And Sophie right here just in that channel, and another one just doing its thing. So they got into the channel. They're doing exactly what we want them to do. And so we'll keep our eyes on them. And good old Marriott, I'm going to get there. But how about Marriott, guys? This looks really good. Marriott, some good lodging right here. MAR, yeah, that's not an M, that's a J. I can't even type, but MAR, look at this thing, guys. MAR looking pretty good. Marriott not looking bad to try to run up. And this time we'll get the Mara. Watch this. There we go. How amazing. MARY. I can't even spell it. MARA. I haven't said MARY like Mary. Yeah, you know my brain don't work, guys. That was so funny. I tried to spell Mara and I spelled Mary. That was hilarious. Very good stuff. Anyway, let's see what Mara's doing. It's pulling back. And like I told you, you guys could laugh at me anytime. I don't care. But yeah, look at that. Open and close. Same exact price. $14.22. What is going on tomorrow, guys? Because something's up with all these open and close and weird prices. And there's going to be a riot somewhere. Let's see. This riot right here. Just healthy pullback. Riot don't look too bad. RIOT. And that one, 856 and 850. So yeah, they're all of them are very similar. MSTR, let's see, MSTR right here, good old strategy, just rolling up. Look at it, and it's looking good. And I'm telling you, Bitcoin is getting cruising. And Luis Rodriguez just posted something. I just saw it. Let me see what that was. Let me refresh. There we go. Durable good orders is tomorrow at 8:30, and durable goods minus transportation. Minneapolis Fed president speaks at 10, and the St. Louis Fed president speaks at 1:10. So I don't see anything that crazy, but yeah, I don't know. They all have that weird look. MicroStrategy looks good, though. I can tell you that. That's going up some more. So keep your eye on MicroStrategy, MSTR, good old strategy. He has that strategy down. And let's take a look at Coinbase and Robinhood. Coinbase was also up and looks really good, guys. So keep an eye on Coinbase. Look at that getting set up. And also Robinhood's been rolling, hitting the 50. You may have a little bit of pullback right here as it hits it. Look at that, open and closing at 48.05. And like I said, you might have a little bit of pullback, and it's going to get set up some more for Robinhood. And DJT was up today. Look at that thing, open and closing in the same. Look at all these. I mean, something's up, guys. And 223. This one doesn't have it, but the other one, that one just had it. But yeah, in that channel, and just kind of healthy pullback setting up just like the rest of them. Fun, looking good today. It was up, and look at that thing running up. I'm telling you, this thing's going to get fun, and so is the market and everything else. They got it on a light switch, guys. You can see, I can kind of tell what's going on now, as you can see, as I call it out. MTN just pulling back a little bit to get set up. Nothing bad right there for Mountain. Let me see if it still looks like that. Yeah, not bad right there to get set up. And let's take a look at McDonald's right now, up $1.25, sitting on that 20, and it is looking too bad right there. Good old McDonald's. Look at it. So it's sitting right there in that channel. Your 20's over, so it might just stay in that channel, get pushed down, and then get set up in a week or two. Boeing, look at this thing, ran up, and it might run up some more right there. Let's see. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. You can see it trying to get set up. Just watch for any pullback on Boeing BA. And let's look at space. This thing hasn't been the best. It was pulling back, and it's not the greatest right there. But IBM, this one's not bad, and it's trying to get curled up and trying to get moving. So keep an eye on that. and that is good old IBM. I was going to say, are they considered software, but not really. And that's kind of crazy. Look at it. Maybe it's going to have to set up again with your 50 on the bottom. And I'll keep an eye on IBM, keep you posted on what it wants to do right there. And how about Disney right here? Let's look at DIS because it was up today. And let's see what Disney's up to. Not looking bad to curl up right there, getting back into that channel. So we're looking much better, guys. We're getting to channel. They're going to run around, pop up to all-time highs, and come way down. Just be ready for it. And we'll be all over it and calling it out exactly how it wants to go. There's Oxy moving up. Remember, we did like these, and ExxonMobil, and that is XOM right there, and that was up today as well. But Oxy and ExxonMobil not looking bad, so keep your eyes on them, guys. Yeah, see ExxonMobil, it's trying to get up into that top right there. And let's see what Nike was doing. That's down. That's been down and looks like it. Remember, we were saying that was going to pull back a little bit more. It's getting into the basement. I think Nike is coming down a little bit more right there. And DXYZ right here up there. Oh, that one's going to get set up as well. And they do not have options on this one. So you got to buy this stock. But yeah, it's going to get set up right there, right around that $45 area. And there you go with that list. Let me see if I missed anything over here. Google calls are up 20% from that bottom at 167 for Luis Rodriguez. So there you go. That was a beauty. And like I said, we called that Google and Amazon perfectly. And yeah, right there, bam, right at them bottoms. That was 158. But even so, we weren't even confident and came into here at that 161, 2, 3. You were money because you're at 172 right now. So it was a beauty right there. And that's all you have to do is make sure you read it right and play it right, and you're good to go. Let me take a look and see what's going on. Are you into investing? There you go. I can try to read that. BYRG, what's that? I don't even know. BYRG, it might be a OTC, Buyer Group International. This one you can kind of see what's going on. It has 2 zeros, but you can get a decent idea. I mean, it looks like it's going to try to roll up. I'm not the best at OTCs. You can kind of see this one. It could be just like a pattern where it slowly runs up, but again, I'm not really into them. And it's easier when there's still like a penny. Once they start hitting them 2s, 3 zeros, 3 zeros, forget about 2 zeros. You can kind of tell, and when there's still a penny, you can tell the OTCs. But this one, like I said, looks like it's trying to run up. That's the best I can help you out right there. And again, give me things that aren't OTCs, and I'll nail them for you. But the OTCs, some are easy. We've nailed a few of them. Don't get me wrong, but they have to have, a normal look for it. So there's that one. And here's a couple more for Follow the Light. Let me take a look. NVIDIA, Tesla, Game. We just did them. And how about Applied? Because that's a good one right there. Applied Digital Corp was pulling back. I know it was up yesterday. It's just in that channel and some healthy pullback. I was actually looking at it today. As a matter of fact, I told you guys I used to trade this thing way back in the day, and I know we got it to run up way up into like the 12 area, remember? So that's APLD. Good old Applied Digital Corp. And yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one. Like I said, just in that channel, not a bad one right there. And let's see what's going on. That ASTS. There you go. You got an hour and 5 minutes in for ASTS. That's when I did it. And guess what? I'll do it again for you guys. It is setting up, guys. I'll tell you that. It just might pull back to that 27 area, and you could have it come back into these like support lines. But you could just see it getting set up. Just give it a little while, and you'll be right back into this 34. So watch for any dips on it. We're coming up to that MACD right there. And let me not type in MACD. And yeah, look at it right there. It's on that 20. And again, hitting here, I'm not confident that it can exactly get through with the 20 over it and the 50 like under. Yeah, you kind of, yeah, it's going to get set up, guys. I'm telling you. So just keep an eye on it and just watch for that pullback to here to the 24 for ASTS. And I've been watching it for a while now. Me and dude Ben talked about it, and we had it running up here and kind of just knew it was pulling back, but that's a really good support line, so it will run back up. And that is your ASTS and APDN. We did that in the very beginning. And again, that one's just running around. We knew it was, but it's right there as I posted today. It's getting ready. You can see it. It's about 1 to 3 days out from hitting that line. They can get cruising at any point. So we definitely know that. So keep your eye on APDN. We've definitely been mentioning it. NXU, the common conservative right there. Let's see NXU. And let's take a look at it. That's not looking bad. Look at that support line right there. And the 20 curling up. It did run up yesterday in a little healthy pullback. I would say NXU, and that recently ran up. I remember not long ago. Where was it? It was like back there. Anyway, it didn't matter. Right around here. Yeah, it wasn't. It was in the beginning of the year, right? Or last year, what day? December 30th, New Year's. It was right there. I remember this thing running up pretty good. And let's see. NXU, it's trying to get back up there. Let me see in that channel right there. And yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It fought its way back in, so watch for it to try to get back up to the 33 cents. And just watch for this 20 to curl up with it, and it'll be in good shape right there. And let's see. Big beneficiary of farm ad blocked on TV. APDN we just looked at. And let's see what else is going on. LITM, I think we looked at it. I'm almost positive, but we'll look at it again. LITM, Snow Lake Resources. Yeah, it's just hitting that 50 right there. You could come back into that channel to get set up. So that's what your LITM is looking like right there. And it obviously ran up the other day. Could have some pullback down in here in the 40s and then run back up, get set back up. So that's what you're looking at right there for Misfit Mac. And let's see what else is going on. Stock Picks NYC. That is who had the which one was it? Let me see. I know we looked at it. It was the one that I said was kind of running up. TWOH, and I think it was already ran up there, TWOH, and it was an OTC. That's two hands. That's what we were talking about. And they had all kinds of stuff going on. I don't know what the heck's going on. I'll repost it out. But, oh, yeah, they brought like a new person in on the board, or somebody new came in, and yeah, definitely. We'll keep an eye on it and see. But like I said, it looks like it ran up on that news. Could have some pullback. Not saying that it's not going to get run up again, because look at it. It clearly ran up pretty big. You don't want to chase it up there as it's pulling back. And again, it's a OTC with a couple of zeros in front, but could be a great opportunity if it comes all the way down here and wants to run up again. But I'd be very careful on that one right there. And NWTG, we did that one. That was at Newton Golf. What's ACDC? I mean, I know who they are, but I didn't know that they had a stock. ACDC, look at this. ProFrac Holding Corp. And they're going to rock and roll all night, I guess. I don't know. That's not even them. That's KISS, isn't it? Holy cow. Highway to Hell is ACDC. I am out of it, guys. Don't mind me. Anyway, look, I could even remember that, though. Holy cow. ACDC looking pretty good. I give it my best. ACDC right here. Yeah, that's not looking bad, honestly. That might be on a highway to hell ripping up there. So keep an eye on that one, because it's curling up. And yeah, I don't think did we ever look at ACDC? I don't remember ever looking at oil and gas company right there. So not looking bad. I'd have to say we just did Riot, and that NWTG, the Newton Golf one, I know it recently split, and oh yeah, we're just kind of watching it. I'll see what it does tomorrow. It's been pulling back. It might have to wait to get a little set up. I'll let you know. I'll definitely check that out tomorrow. And we definitely just looked at that ASTS, and we looked at it earlier right there. So there you go with that one. Bond, I'm telling you that one's looking really good right there, we have to say. And ADBE, we did Adobe, JP Morgan, MS, and C, BULZ, MDB, Carvana we didn't do. Hey, we almost did your entire list right there, Luis Rodriguez. That's sweet. And Carvana, that was up today. Didn't we just look at it last night? You had it on the list, remember? And boom, we were saying, look at it in the channel to hit the 50. Look exactly what it did, guys. I mean, it did exactly what we said right there. Bam. And it was cruising. It had good momentum, and it did exactly like we were talking about. So there you go for Carvana. Thank you, Luis Rodriguez. And let's see what else is going on right here. Let's see what else. GRLT. Let's see. According to CEO, 2.1 billion AUM will be rolled over into GRLT. I don't even know what that is, but there's a merger, and I'm not even sure what GRLT. Do we even look at that? I'm not even sure what that is. GRLT. Oh, Grill It, or what the heck is that called? Does that say Grill It? I think so. And this one's another one. It's kind of hard to read. I mean, you can kind of see what's going on, but again, it just looks like a little chaotic to me. So I would assume it's going up, is what I would guess. I mean, again, that's my best guess on that one, on them OTCers, and a lot of people happy about that ASTS. And like I said, the TWOH, you better be careful with that one. And that could have been already ran up on the news, and a lot of people love the APDN, obviously, and it's right there, guys. It's getting ready, and ASPI is moving up. Let's look at that, Matt, and see what it's doing right here. ASPI, and that is up 12. Oh yeah, that's not looking bad right there, Matt. I would say you're gonna get, I mean, easily up into that $5, and then watch it pull back right there to get set back up. But again, just play these channels and these easy run ups. Look at it. Right there, perfect. That's at ASP Isotopes. We were looking at that the other day, and there you go with that one. Anything else going on over here? Let me see. I think we got everything right there. Let me go ahead and look at our crypto real quick and see what's going on. And here we go. Ready? I'll just start right there at Chainlink because it's at 1533 and HBAR is back to 19 cents actually. And let's see, I know Bitcoin's coming back up. What is that? 87,321. Let me see. It'll come up right now. Just waiting for the old stock cube to scroll through, and it'll be quick. Here it comes. Yeah, 87,321 right there for Bitcoin, and Solana's at 142. And let's see what Ethereum's at real quick. Let's go real fast. Ethereum is at $2,052. And like I said, HBAR is 19. And Ripple, let me just check that out at 244. So let's go ahead and we'll look at some charts real quick for Bitcoin. They're in the channel just getting set up, guys. And I'm telling you, they're going to move faster than you can before you realize it, because they're going to just send the tweet out. Look at these things trying to get set up right here. You can kind of see everything. A little pullback, a little flat right there. But yeah, not looking bad at all. And you can just see that they're going to do something with it. And you already know they've been doing it and manipulating it like crazy. Look at this, running up a little flat just to, keep itself steady. And a perfect little look right there. It's not really dipping hard or anything. So they have it under control. And I better put ETH in. And that might work a little bit better to look at Ethereum. And yeah, that one's still right there. Again, they all have the exact same look except for Ripple, guys. Ripple is Laptop Travel just posted Ripple. I guess then they throw that other lawsuit. I don't even know what they did. There's so many lawsuits with Ripple, and they keep throwing things out. But anyway, look at Ripple. It's kind of pulling back, but it's over that 50. I'd assume it's going to try to crawl back up right here, and we'll keep an eye on Ripple as well. But yeah, they're just kind of flat tonight and just not looking like they want to, they're just in a flat period. They're fine, nothing crazy. I'm not going to say that they're looking bad or anything. So that's what crypto looks like at the moment. And that's what our market looks like. I think I went through everything. I got all that. Let me see. I think we got all that right there. I'll just take a quick look and see what is going on down here. Asian stocks range bound as traders, whatever, seek direction. Investors consider confidence, and Dow edge is higher, and why Intel's new CEO might be its last chance for a turnaround. And stock futures are a little changed after S&P notches 3-day win streak. And Trump's treasury is running out of money fast. Why the X date matters for markets, whatever that is, I'm not even sure. But obviously, that's why they're trying to get these interest rates down. There's a ton of money, guys. Remember, COVID was a few years ago, 5 years ago? And you have 5-year interest rates. And how much money did they just shoot out and give out and piss away and steal and do whatever they did with COVID? It was absolutely insane. And yeah, there's some high ass interest rates right now, so that's some pretty hefty bills going on. And yeah, they were trying to, they were putting them out at COVID when rates were low, but now you got to do something with it 5 years later and try to pay on these things. And they just murdered the country, giving away money to everybody except our country, and we don't even know what's going on. So yeah, like I said, he's trying to do the best he can, I think, and juggle what's going on and really prioritize what's important and what's really going to help the markets and help the economy and the people. So yeah, you can't really argue with what's going on. And again, you're going to see some choppiness, some jumping around. We were kind of prepared for it, to be honest. And it all happened pretty fast, which was fine. And it's only going to benefit the markets going forward because, again, look at all the waste was going on. It was absolutely insane. So there you go with that. Let me just check out these really quick, and then we'll wrap it up because it's already 11:15. And we'll be back at 7 a.m. for our pre-market show. And again, Mullen's up there, but stay far away from that thing. And TNON went nutty today. There's your BON, guys. I was looking at it today, and we looked at this POAI yesterday. That was on our list, and DATS was not, but I was looking at this thing. It did jump up. I wasn't expecting it to jump today, but it did. It was good. I didn't have it, but I was looking at that bad boy, and it did jump fast. DGLY, we've been looking at that. Keep an eye on it right there. And these guys, MLGO, we know about. QBTS, I mean, is just chilling. And there's that MicroStrategy long MSTU and the Big Bears we looked at. And American Airlines, guys, these things are crushed down there, but they just curled through. Remember, we were looking at them the other day when they were down here. They're starting to get moving, so you keep an eye. And I think it's like all the airlines are down. I think Delta is too as well. Lucid right there. Let's see, BBD. That's already running up there. Let me just take a look. Our plug is dipping down. It had run up before for us. There's Rig. And Warner Brothers and Sophie. Let me just look over here real quick, see what's happening on this side. And I see if I didn't see anything. DM, somebody just sent a DM and told them to pop this bad boy. Holy cow. Oh yeah, Desktop Metal. This was a Luis Rodriguez one before, I think. DM, or it was somewhere as a computer hardware. I remember we looked at it as we were looking at them other ones. I don't remember when. I just remembered a DM. And yeah, somebody definitely got the DM today to make that pop because it sure did. And let's just see real quick. I think we looked at that. We did. Real fast. This one we already know about. And let me see if anything else grabs my attention. BLNE. That one's not looking too bad right there. Let me just take a quick look. Oh, look at that reverse split coming up, guys. Let's keep an eye on this bad boy. It's Beeline Holdings. This one isn't looking too bad. BLNE. And yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one right there. BLNE. That could be a good one for us. Let me put that on top of the stock cube so I don't forget to take a picture of it. And let me just look at StockTwits real quick. I'll let you know what's going on and see what's happening over there. They always have some good ones trending that generally run up for us. So GameStop, Sheeb's on there up like 5%. CRMD, that one was down the other day, wasn't it? Weren't we looking at this and they had earnings or something? Let me see if that's the one I'm thinking of real quick. CRMD, Core Medics. Yeah, they had earnings. We looked at it. Was on here last night. NVO, that is coming down as well. NVO, hold on. Yeah, that one's a weird one. I wouldn't even mess with that one. It's something UPS. What, we haven't looked at that in a while. It's at 110. It looks like it's pulling back right there. We had it when it was running up right there, and that's a big old pullback on UPS. I don't know why it pulled back. I'm not exactly sure what's going on for them. But there you go at UPS. That's a big dip, so we'll keep an eye on that one. And Chewy is down, actually. It looks like it was looking pretty good, but it looks like it's down. And DLTR, I don't know what that is. DLTR, what is that? It has earnings, it looks like, tomorrow. And we'll see it probably come down. I don't know. It's Dollar Tree. I wasn't even looking at the name DLTR. And yeah, it's that looks like a coin flip on the earnings. I wouldn't mess with it, obviously. And there you go. That's what we're basically looking at right there. And I'm telling you that GDHD. I mean, we went through so many. Keep an eye on this hit. There was a ton of them. I'll take a picture of the of my notes and what I marked up so you guys can see what I did. And yeah, Laptop Travel's final words is LGHL will be some gold right there. Lions, the Lion group, we've looked at it a long time, and it's reverse splitting, and it is looking pretty good. So we'll definitely have that tomorrow to look at. And there you go, everybody. I would say that's a good market review right there. And we'll be on at 7 a.m. I greatly appreciate everybody hanging out as always. And again, if you're not following along, follow on X and YouTube and all that good stuff, and follow Laptop Travel. He gives out some great stock tickers all the time. We'll look at our laptop lowdowns in the morning, our Jolie's jumpers. Asian Jolie hooks it up all the time, every single morning with what's popping. So we just hop on, we look at that, then we cover our SPY, go through our Mag 7, our big caps, crypto, see what's popping, what's going on, and we have a great idea. So there you go, everybody, and I greatly appreciate it. Like I said, everybody tuning in, hanging out. If you ever have any questions, just shoot me a comment, a message on X. I will respond. Just watch out. There's a ton of impersonators, and I guess it's a good thing. I guess I'm doing something good. I know a couple people sent me them today, and I was actually showing my wife, and she was like, really, that goes on? I'm like, yeah, it's crazy. Like, there's so many. I can't even imagine some of the other people with bigger followings. It must just be out of control because it's just non-stop, just fake accounts. So just beware of that and make sure you're actually talking to me. But yeah, I'll respond on X. And there you are. So everybody have a great night. All information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And I will see you guys at 7 a.m. So have a good night, everybody. And I'll catch you guys in the morning.